Volume's off on your computer?
Why you, like, question me like I'm an amateur, bro? I run this shit.
I just remembered to do it. That's why I was...
I fucking run this shit, bro.
Gentlemen,
This is basically your stream.
I believe we are about to be live.
Oh.
We should be live any moment. I'm waiting for it to pop up. There we go.
There we are.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. It's Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, and welcome to another episode of Talking Yu-Gi-Oh! Into the VRAINS, the second part of our top fives, where me, Nick T, Pete, and Calibro go over our top fives in regards to a top 10 discussion, a top 10 video I have already done. And the discussion that we are going to have today is the top 5 duels we wish we saw throughout Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS. Now, I can tell you the disappointments, while there were a lot of overlapping, this one is very unique. I obviously know everyone's picks because I had to set up the computer. Yep. This one is much more unique. And Pete, Nick T, Cal, I'm excited for this, guys.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'm excited.
A lot of creativity with this one.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, hopefully you guys at home will be playing along with us. Let us know what you think of our lists. If you want to know my full top 10 for this topic, for duels we wish we saw, I posted it on the channel earlier today, around 5-6 hours ago. There is a link in the description if you want to check it out. It would be much appreciated by myself. Definitely leave a comment on that video as well. So before we do get into it, I do want to thank everyone who super chatted during the last Talking Yu-Gi-Oh!, which was our top 5 unanswered questions, I believe,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So big thank you to Underdeal88, John Roy, Nicholas Horton, Sakaki Chrono, Rex Kentrix, Anonymous Anime Lover, who donated a extremely substantial amount, so thank you to her, Davis Enos, Melinda Phantom, Alex Verme, Bam255019, Minister of Gundam, Joss Rivers, Elizabeth W., Goosey Q, Legendary Duels, Yuto, Kat Lu, and Ryan Sassori, and to new patron John Garcia. Thank you guys so much for the gracious and incredible and selfless support you show me on a daily basis. What's up?
A couple people are like, wait, is Nick T a cutout?
So in Red Eye just goes, I just realized Nick T wasn't there. I'm glad that it worked.
So some people for the first 2.5 minutes thought Nick T was sitting right there. It looks so good.
And then right? Charizard goes, wait, is Nick T there?
People are still questioning it. They can't tell.
Like,
Nick.
Yeah, dude.
He's here in spirit.
This is my bro right here. Good, dude.
Thanos snapped.
No! Nick T!
Big plot twist. Nick T is not here. He was recording at the studio. He is on his way. Nick T will be arriving in probably 20-25 minutes.
Yeah.
And so he will hop in and finish off his list. But we will go over his list until that time comes.
Yeah.
That was great.
I just do the
that
comments
worked better than I can imagine.
I always go back and read the comments. I can't wait to do that. Okay.
Oh, that's funny.
Who wants to start? I mean, these lovely people, most of them probably do know my top 5. I'm assuming a good amount of them probably watched my video, or maybe not, but you'll hear it in this video regardless. One of you two, why don't you kick us off with your number 5 duel you wish that we saw throughout Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS. A couple of rules, no rematches. So even though we all would have loved to see Playmaker Revolver maybe later on in the show, we would have loved to see maybe Aoi and Spectre, at least I know I would have.
Yes.
They are not eligible for this list.
Nope.
Yep.
So Cal, why don't you start us off?
No, we start. Oh, you see that?
That was good. That was good. Yeah, I like that.
All right, so I guess for number 5 here, my duel is Akira Zaizen versus Queen, and I mean, I discussed a little bit with Dill. There's a couple different ways to look at it, but the way I was looking at this duel was kind of the story not ending where it ended. So like the show kind of got cut a little short. And I think that if there was that Soltech arc happening maybe right after even, that Queen would have come back and said, like, it's her time to shine. She's back on top of Soltech, and after Akira going through everything they went through, would have said, like, oh no, like, this is my company now, and obviously that could lead to a duel and a big kind of memento of, well, is Zaizen going to take over Soltech? Or if Queen wins, bam, Queen's probably the new villain, and there's a whole Soltech empire behind her.
Yeah.
So for me, that was the big reason why I would have loved to see that, but that was also if the show had continued on. And then we were also talking about in the sense of if the show was still the way it was, there was so much tension between Queen and Akira throughout, what was it, most of season 2, right? That was when Queen was introduced. And, I mean, I feel like every time, you know, Akira was kind of pushing back a little bit more, there was always a point where they could have thrown a breaking point in any point of that season, I feel like, towards the end of it, where they could have dueled each other, but instead, you know, Queen gets knocked out in one duel with Ai, so it all goes to the wayside.
So I had Queen versus Akira at number 10. Just made my list. There were a couple duels that I was kind of fiddling with, but ultimately that one won out and made the top 10 for me. I think it's a really good pick for a duel that we should have gotten, or maybe not should have gotten, but there were many opportunities for them to do it.
Yeah.
The one that I like the most is probably, you know, during a Soul Tech focused arc. If you want to establish Queen as a really, you know, dastardly villain and a good duelist, you have her duel Akira, who we know Akira is a decent duelist in his own right. I mean, he put up a good fight against Playmaker.
Uh-huh.
And you have Queen beat Akira and maybe even kill off Akira.
Yeah.
So now Aoi Zaizen has a reason to go after Soul Tech as well. And you can have all the Lost Incident victims. You know, if you want to revive the Ignis, you can still do that. And you can have the Soul Tech chess piece as like a 3-way war for the last 50 episodes. I think that would have been phenomenal. Granted, I think the show still ended pretty well.
Oh, definitely.
With the time constraints, there obviously wasn't enough time to have a Queen versus Akira duel. But I like that duel a lot.
And I think a perfect time, like if I had to timestamp it, would have been right after they basically dissected Earth. Because I felt like in that scene, you see Akira's face in the background, like, oh my god.
Hey, he's disgusted.
She's literally dissecting this Ignis right in front of us.
He's disgusted.
And I think that would have been a perfect time for him to just walk back at, like, be like, I can't do this anymore. And she could be like, oh no, like, I have control over you. And he would have dueled basically for his freedom from the company. And then that could have been a whole different thing. Again, if he lost, it brings an Aoi against Soul Tech potential duel in the future as well.
She just has so much potential as a villain.
Yeah.
I see a few people writing that here in the comments as well, of like, there's so much you could have done with that character, and you build up that tension between her and Akira, and then you basically, for lack of a better term, bitch slap her, does, in the beginning of Season 3.
Oh, yeah.
And that's it. And the character is barely mentioned ever again. You mentioned really she's in a coma.
I think...
And that's about it.
I think she's mentioned right after that duel concludes, but after that mentioned, I'm not sure if she's ever mentioned again. She doesn't even get mentioned when Akira is shown to be the big guy at the top of Soul Tech. So Queen, but you know what? There's a pattern here, and I've talked about this a lot with Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS. Queen got bitch slapped, but so did everything about Soul Technologies. The spy at Soul Tech, the other chess pieces, those 3 Galaxy King shareholders. You know.
Well, and to top it all off, they just kind of throw Lightning as a scapegoat for killing...
for Kogami's crimes,
And so it was like, there was this whole side of who at Soul Tech did that, you know? Like, everyone was trying to figure it out, and he's like, oh, by the way, I did that too. And it was just kind of like a scapegoat for, like, we're not, you know, Soul Tech has nothing to do with it anymore.
Absolutely.
Which is just, that was a literal bitch slap to Soul Tech too.
It just, at some point, it's like, why? Her character was literally there as a plot device. She was there just to serve as one of the key holders of something that I needed. And that was it. Like, you could have put any random character in that one scene and said, oh, they're an executive, and that's it. Why give her all those scenes in Season 2, poolside or regardless, and then literally do nothing with them?
I mean, it really makes me, again, further just convinced that there were bigger plans for her. There were bigger plans for Soul Tech that they just said, probably a little before the Lightning Revolver duel, crap, we only have 30 episodes to finish the show. We don't have time for Soul Tech anymore. Scrapped. Pete, what is your number 5 duel that you wish we saw in Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS?
Number 5, I had as kind of a, you know, it's a science fiction thing that we see a lot. I had Revolver versus Pandor. And so I have this because it's very the kind of thing that's created versus the creator. That's a very science fiction thing that we see all the time. And I just think there could have been a lot of interesting avenues that you took with that, because who knows her programming better than Revolver? He's one that literally made it. He put the safeguards inside of Pandor. What if when he tells her to go off and, you know, you have to find out your place in the world, what if she sides in a mindset of I and says her place in the world is against human beings.
Against humans with
right?
the Ignis.
She finds a way out of the safeguards. She maybe teams up with them. Maybe she goes off on her own quest, and there's kind of a three-way battle thing going there.
Yeah.
And Revolver being one of the best duelists in the show, and being an extremely smart AI that he created, I think that could have been a very interesting back and forth there if they had some kind of duel. Especially if it was like, doesn't have to be on top of a plane, but it was an interesting setting like that. I think that would have been really cool.
Yeah, Pandora did not make my top 10, anything in regards to her. She was someone who I completely agree. I think that would have been a cool duel to see had she turned against humans, which that's not the route they took with her. Instead, she's driving the Soltec, the Knight of Hanoi boat. That's basically what she becomes. She becomes a seafarer captain.
Yeah.
That's the role they have for Pandora. All the symbolism, Pandora's box, and yet she's a sailor.
Literally.
So she will. Even though she didn't make this list for me, she will make my disappointments list. I'll give that away right now. But yeah, they could have done a lot more with her. I like that duel setup a lot.
Yeah, it would have been interesting.
And then Nick Tease, who obviously has not gotten here, he will get here. Let me just put him back on.
Yeah, Nick T,
everyone is asking for it.
Yeah, Nick T, what do you have to say about your duel?
Let's see what Nick T has to say.
All right, let's see. And number 5.
Actually, I don't remember what he put. He put Akira versus Spectre as his number 5.
I would have liked that a lot.
I like that too.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Kind of revenge for what he did to Owie.
That I'm sure that's exactly what he was going for. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I would have loved to see Owie versus Spectre again. When I saw the Zizens tag teaming in opening 3, I theorized that, hey, maybe they're dueling against Spectre.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool. Obviously, we know what happened with Spectre at the end. That was never going to happen.
Yeah.
Akira versus Spectre, though, is a good one. Akira versus Spectre is a good one. Even though we don't have Nick T here to comment on it, I'm sure that's probably what he would have said.
Yeah, I'm not going to comment now on that one, because I might comment on it in a little while.
Right, you and Nick T had one overlapping. I guess you kind of gave away which one that was.
Yeah, I might have.
I guess I'll go into my number 5, which again, my top 10 video is done. It's in the description. My number 5. Have you guys watched my top 10 video or no?
No, I didn't watch it yet.
No, I'm not.
Good.
I didn't want to watch it until after.
No, I'm glad because I didn't want anything to be
Jarek
spoiled.
also told you to size up Nick T so he's as tall as Calibro is.
Nick T's shorter than me though, so that's oh my god.
Now it just looks unrealistic. But we'll keep him there.
now Nick T is bigger than the screen over here.
So my number 5 is I versus Lightning.
Okay.
Preferably in human forms, human I
Soltis
versus human Lightning.
Okay.
Going back to that 3-way fight where I would have loved if the final season was the Soltec chess pieces versus Playmaker and the Lost Incident victims versus the human Ignis. They all had 3 different goals, 3 different ideologies, 3 different methods on how to achieve those goals. I think it would have been such a fascinating 3-way fight. I think so many of us would have loved to see a 3-headed fight in the last 40, 45 episodes. I think when I revives Lightning, if he revives the other Ignis, I think he forms a temporary truce with Lightning. I think he says, Lightning, you're right, we have to end humanity. Or we have to do what you basically said. You're right.
Yeah.
He put on that farce. He didn't really believe it. I mean, we kind of knew that he was on a suicide mission anyway. Mm-hmm. And I think by him telling Yusaku and by telling Soulburner that, hey, I'm going to use Judgment Arrows. I agree with everything the Light Ignis did. I think that was him trying to disconnect himself from Playmaker and Soulburner so that they felt less upset when he was going to die.
Yeah.
And he eventually did die.
Yep.
I think that was the reason. I don't think he truly believed Lightning's words that humans were worthless because he even wanted to become one with a human. He wanted to become one with Yusaku. Yeah. So I don't believe that I believed Lightning's words. But I think if you want to play on that theme, if Lightning gets revived, you have Lightning be a human, just like you have all the Ignis, which they would look really awesome, I'm sure. And then you have a temporary truce between I and Lightning. I think as the duels go on, as the Soltec attacks come in, the Ignis attacks, the Lost Incident attacks, and the conversations and dialogue, I think eventually human Lightning, especially because of human Lightning's Lightning's inferiority complex, thank you, that would eventually shine through.
Yeah.
And I think it would break down any alliance that he had with the Dark Ignis. Yep. They would clash. I think it would be an amazing duel. Yep. Lightning never lost. I mean, both great duelists in their own right.
He didn't lose.
I know.
But
didn't
like,
lose.
He didn't win either.
I think that's actually an excellent point. I would have loved to see that duel, especially in the last. Oh, you got it. Oh, wrong one.
Wrong can.
Especially in the last episode when you find that I went to Lightning's cave, and you see how Lightning is still messing with him. He's still laughing in his face as it's a recorded program. They both have different ideologies on maybe human beings aren't the best thing, and every simulation we run, we are the only two Ignis that would end the world. Yeah. But the way that happens is very different for both of them.
Right.
So those competing ideologies, I think, would make perfect sense to see them clash because they're both negative personalities, at least from a human perspective.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're different.
Vastly different.
And so I think that would be very interesting to see how that plays out and where Yusaku and everyone else would kind of fall because neither one of them is good. Neither one of them is a good situation for humanity.
That's what it kind of turns into. I think a lot of us would root for I. I think I would be depicted as the hero in that duel. But when you look at it, if you're going to go the same route that the show went, either way, humanity is in trouble.
Yeah.
It's not like they're fighting for humanity. You kind of have an evil versus evil, which I don't know if Yu-Gi-Oh! Does enough. I would have loved to see it.
Yeah.
Those are our top 5. Those are our number 5.
Number 5.
We'll go into 4, and then we'll read some donations if we have a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. So that way maybe Nick T will get here for the top 3.
Yeah.
So we'll go for our number 4s.
So we'll go to me again?
We'll go to you again.
All right, so my number 4 is Playmaker versus Robopi.
Okay.
And I just felt like this is a duel that could have brought out a lot of emotion in Playmaker. Because he would have known at this point, I have to win this duel to get rid of Robopi, but at the same time, he's losing someone who's been with him throughout the entire show. He created Robopi.
It's like killing your son.
So, like the Revolver Pandora, where it's the creator versus, the master, basically.
Yeah.
But in this case, Robopi was his friend. She was always around, or he was always around.
And also, Robopi is a character in AI
and
that wasn't originally like that.
Yeah.
It gained intelligence as that character went on. So I think that adds a different perspective than where Pandora starts off.
There's this emotional connection that there wouldn't really have been with Pandora. And I think it would have at least maybe opened up Playmaker a little bit. Because obviously, in the final duel of the show, Playmaker gets emotional with I. But I think it kind of goes from him always not being emotional to bang, he's crying over I. I think Robopi would have kind of showed him cracking a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that would have been... I think overall, going throughout the entire duel, I feel like he would have these flashbacks of him and Robopi, messing around or whatever, all these happy times. And then at the end, it's tough luck. It's either you or Robopi, so you gotta, take her out. And I just think that would have created a very good storyline, because then I would have been like, okay, wow, Playmaker's really serious. He's taking out his own friends to come and get to me, And I just think, overall, I thought that would have, enhanced Playmaker a lot.
I mean, you could have played with a lot of emotional things there of, what if Robopi says, a line of just, hey, Yusaku, do you remember when you made me?
Yeah.
And you put me together?
Yeah.
You could play with a lot of things there, especially if, Yusaku's up in those moments when has more life points. I think that'd be very cool to say stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And I think it would be amazing irony, too, because Robopi... Because, Playmaker could try to reason with Robopi and say, I'm your leader, I'm your parent, basically. And then Robopi can say something like, no... I is, and then Playmaker can say, I'm his parent too, right? Because I doesn't get created without Playmaker.
Yep.
So the thing that basically kills Robopi and does this to Robopi, in a way, it's kind of a derivative of Yusaku, of Playmaker. And so I think that's a really interesting aspect. It would be an interesting duel. I that was a duel that I did cross my mind when I was whipping up my top 10. No Robopi duel made my top 10, but if you had to tell me Robopi has to duel someone, it's either Playmaker or Soul Burner. Yeah. He dueled Soul Burner, so I don't know what I'm talking about there. Actually, his duel against Soul Burner was great. It would be Playmaker,
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah. Pete, you're number 4.
Number 4, actually, shout out to Cameron. He has the same number 4 as I did. So I went back and forth with a lot of this, and then I kind of changed it before the stream. I was going to put it as an honorable mention, but I was like, this is going to the top 5. Was Soul Burner versus Spectre. That was a duel that was, if you guys remember, was hinted at back, I think it was episode 66 or something. when they were kind of invading Lightning's little castle there, or Windy's really place. And he had like all the echoes or whatever he had was his AI program, and all the knights were killing all of them. And they have this moment where Soulburner's on like the defensive, like he gets very defensive of like he's expecting them to fight him. And Spectre basically says a line of just like, oh, we're good, like we're on the same side, like for now, basically.
Right.
And you hint at this tension between the two characters as they kind of walk in together to see what ended up being Revolver versus Windy.
Yeah. And
it really saddens me that they never went back to that. I mean, Spectre as a character in general is completely just thrown aside.
Yeah.
I mean, his major and only memorable duel of Season 2 and obviously Season 3 is him against Lightning, which is one of my favorite duels in the show.
Great duel.
But besides that, have those two characters where you have Soulburner as the hothead that he is, full of passion, right? He's the hero. He's the way that he duels. He's not the smartest, but he always has the willpower, right? At the time as well, he is Flame. Now you add in a lost incident victim in Spectre, who wouldn't have Earth at that point, but he has that crazy side of Spectre. He's very intelligent, but he's nuts. He would know how to poke and prod Soulburner, and I think they can get a lot of great dialogue and fantastic moves out of each of them.
Every opponent Spectre versed, he had just such a great way of making them twitch.
Uncomfortable.
Making them uncomfortable and like...
Maybe unsettled almost.
Yeah, unsettled. He dueled I mean, he did it to Blue Angel at the time. She had so many forms.
Blue Girl, Angel Maiden.
Blue Girl, Maiden. I don't just name all of them. Did it to Awie's Eisen, right, where he got under Awie's skin. Ended up, beating her, turning her into Data. And he did it against Playmaker. Remember when he lost to Playmaker in that duel? I, at one point, goes, Playmaker's conviction is wavering. This is not good. And then he's like, hey, Playmaker, he's not going to listen to reason. Let's just attack. And I thought that was, like, a very telling scene, because that's one of the only times someone has actually, like, almost broken his spirit and, like, made him question everything that he's doing. And that was Spectre. That's against Lightning, he did it to a T. Yeah. Those were, I think, the only 3 duels he had, which is kind of a sin. But, like, that was his MO. Like, he was so good at doing that. There's always one thing that I miss when I make these top 10 videos, and I'm like, that would have been a good one. Soulburner Spectre, it was foreshadowed right before Revolver took on Windy. That was
your reaction when I said it was pretty funny.
Yeah, when you said it out loud, I was like, I missed that one. That definitely would have been on my top 10, maybe even my top 5. The one that I missed on my top 10 unanswered questions was that Divine Ignis that Soultech was working on, that Blood Shepherd mentioned to Akira. That never got touched on again. Yeah. And when people pointed it out, I was like, forgot about it, would have made it.
They dropped the ball on a lot of storylines.
They did. And again, most of them having to do with Soultech.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's not, again, I don't think it's a coincidence.
No.
Good number 4, Pete. Great number 4.
Thank you.
Nick T's number 4. What do you got, Nick T?
Well, Dill, my number 4 is Revolver and Pandora. Thanks, Nick T.
Well, Nick T's number 4 is Revolver versus Pandora, and I mean, it's the same number 5 you had. Yeah. So I'm sure Nick T would have agreed with everything that you said.
We kind of touched on it. So
yeah, I'm sure he basically put it on there for the same exact reason you did, that there definitely could have been a twist where, honestly, a lot of us were expecting Pandora to do more than
we were expecting her to be one of the big villains.
Some people expected her to be the main villain.
Yeah.
And I didn't think that theory was outlandish. No. I thought there was a better chance of her being the main villain than Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neither of them were in the end, but like, yeah.
Why'd you put Pandora? Because it's just Pandora.
You're right, it is just Pandora.
Well, wouldn't isn't the translation Pandora?
I mean, they always said Pandora, didn't they?
I don't know. It might just be Pandora.
I'm thinking it's Pandora.
I don't know. You're fine either way.
Either way, it works.
It's all good. Well, Nick T, hopefully he will be here very soon to read
Everyone said that I did a really good Nick T.
That's
good.
He
very eloquent.
Just like me,
My number 4, Playmaker versus Soulburner.
Okay.
2 titans. Yeah. 2 of the top tier characters in the show. This would have been, had VRAINS had a traditional ceremonial duel, this would have been the ceremonial duel.
Absolutely.
The sound of my dog barking means Nick T is here.
Or our pizza's here.
Or our pizza's here. We did not order pizza, so it's probably the first one. But yeah, just two heroes of the show, 2 of the most well-known characters. And Soulburner, he beat Revolver, man. He beat everyone in the early stages. He beat Blue Girl at the time.
He gave Bowman a run for his money.
He gave Bowman a run for his money. And even if you want to say, Soul Burner was nothing without Flame, Flame made Soul Burner. He beat Revolver without Flame.
Yeah.
Flame was not present in that duel. Maybe spiritually, but not physically.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear that Flame made Soul Burner. It's just not true.
No.
And if
he proved it.
And if Soul Burner can beat a character like Revolver, he's one of the only characters in the show I give a realistic chance of beating Playmaker, the other being Revolver.
Yeah.
So that's it. Nick T is here, everyone. Nick T.
Go.
Recorded a long session.
Dude.
Can't wait to hear your music,
God,
man.
get him on screen.
We had you here in spirit.
That's amazing.
What's up, brother?
Good to see you.
You too, bro.
Dude.
So actual Nick T's here.
And now
How
the
you
real
doing,
me.
man?
We don't need
Good
the
to see you,
stand-in
dude.
anymore.
I'm doing great. Yeah, fried.
So how long did you record? We actually just finished our 4s, all of
4
us.
and 5, yeah.
Said we were going to take a break after 5 and 4. So really quickly, I want to hear your day.
Thank you.
But very quickly, because we were going to take a break after 5 and 4.
Right, so it
probably
makes
after
sense.
3 and
Yeah,
2. Yeah, so perfect timing.
Thank you. I appreciate
Number 5, Akira versus Spectre. Number 4, Revolver versus Pandora. Pete had Revolver versus Pandora at 5.
Okay.
So we've already kind of heard about that duel. Akira versus Spectre, we figured why, but
Right, yeah.
what are your thoughts on it?
My thought was, I mean, it would probably make most sense early on, but I felt like, with Aui's pretty humiliating loss, I felt like, this is before she really proved herself as like a dominating force. So I think Akira, at least to attempt to step up, and sort of like avenge his like sister in a sense, I think would have been appropriate. And given like the I feel like Spectre himself, even though his cards aren't necessarily creepy, Spectre himself is. Oh yeah. And I always felt like the Tindangles for Akira like are terrifying.
Yeah, they're
so like I feel like that would sort of like
synergy
a scary
there.
Like, exactly.
That's
There's
good.
like sort of a scary energy like in that duel, and I think it'd be appropriate on top of plot reasons.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it from that perspective, but yeah, you're right. Akira's got one of the creepiest decks in the,
and I
show.
love it. And I love it.
Me too. So that's really good, man. So yeah, there are number 5, number 4. We're gonna read some donations, take a little bit of a break, and then get back into the list. So how was your day, man? Give us a breakdown. Of your
I'm
day.
fried, but it was great. So yesterday was an 8-hour day. I was there 12 to 8.
Okay.
Today was a 9-hour day. It was supposed to be 8, but it was 9. And I still have actually one more session 2 weeks from Tuesday. It was incredible, though.
It's a good band name.
Thank you.
2 weeks from
2 weeks
Tuesday.
from Tuesday. Check it out. But I love being in the studio. It's so much fun. My buddies Guy and Joe played on the record, and so we've just been broing down, hanging out. They are incredible musicians, so it's just a lot of fun to be able to be around that all the time. And I'm super excited with how the songs are shaping up.
That's good.
New Year's Eve, for you guys who have actually heard that song already, is shaping up to be something way, way different than it was.
Really?
Same lyrics?
Same lyrics, yeah.
But you changed the sound.
The sound, yeah, like...
Metal.
No. Like, the chords are still there, but it's going to be very different. But I already talked to Connor. There's in an homage to Dylan, who's been listening to this song since 2015.
Absolutely. I play it every night.
Yeah. There will be an acoustic version.
If we did a sing-off with that song right now from the start...
You'd know the lyrics better.
Hey,
I know it.
It's okay, man.
I know it.
It's okay.
But it's...
Well, because he doubted it in New York City that I didn't know his song.
His song, yeah.
And he was arguing me that how for 2 hours about who was getting the lyrics right.
No, that one I am right. It's not that one. It was a different one. But yeah.
But anyway.
Well, what? I don't even remember what it actually was.
It doesn't matter. We'll just go to the donations.
No, let's play it. I got it right here. What was it? It was something about
the van.
The van.
It was
yeah.
the van
right.
comment. You said something about. I was like, "There's no van in the song whatsoever."
Right.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm trying to get. Can you rap the beginning of that verse for me?
I don't think I can.
I'm trying to get in the
For
rhythm.
legal
of it.
purposes.
The girls are saying you should do it here in the trap.
I can't.
who's in the chat?
Unfortunately.
If we have 115 viewers, that means 10 of them are girls. That's 10%. Yeah, no, I'm not 10%.
Oh,
I'm trying. How does that start? In the van.
No, you're singing the wrong song.
I'm thinking Storm Bore. I can't get that out of my head. You've just been in so many songs.
Yeah, I know.
And actually, now one of them has Wait, is that technically its first debut?
It's first like public debut.
Yeah. Wow, everyone's heard "Running" now.
Yeah,
that's so
Running. About thousands of people have heard Running.
Yeah, man,
that's sweet.
What a transition song.
Yeah. All right, so let's go to the donos, Pete.
But anyway, thank you. Yes, thank you for asking.
Man. Thank you
Studio,
for coming, dude.
I'm happy to be here. That's why I'm so late, because it's 40 minutes from here, and we went late.
Also, I saw Rarity. I saw a few people. Pandora was a character in Duel Monsters. Remember
Pandora.
Arcana from the Rare Hunters, the guy who had the other Dark Magician?
Yeah.
His Japanese subname is Pandora. I'm currently writing a script on, the history of the Rare Hunters from Duel Monsters.
Gotcha.
That's why I think I wrote Pandora. But
fair.
Good, it is two completely
But
different
also, like,
characters.
two different characters, but also probably the name comes from the same mythological...
Yeah, right. I was
you
also
know.
like, Pandora's box.
Exactly.
But
They
yeah.
both, they all started from the same place. So
Exactly.
it's an easy typo.
All right, Pete. We'll read some donations if we have. Thank you to everyone who's donated.
Donos.
Yeah, I'll give it a second, just writing back to some people.
Look at this guy, Mr. Pop over here.
Mm-hmm.
That's my
And then
mom.
after we read a
That's my
few...
mom.
Oh, your mom's on the stream?
No, she's texting me saying you should get some rest soon.
Oh, well, she's not wrong. And then after we read a couple donations, we'll get right back to the list. Our top three, our bronze, silver, and gold medals.
Yes. Matt Galaxy donated his $5 Australian
Heck yeah.
and said, Lightning, Earth, in parentheses, Corrupt, and Windy versus I, Flame, and Aqua.
Yeah,
3-on-3 Ignis.
Wow. As
I
it
like
should
that.
be.
that'd be great. And again, if they were going to split into teams of three,
That would be it.
those are the teams.
That makes the most sense.
Oh, yeah. Because I would definitely be with Flame and Aqua.
He has to.
Yeah.
Regardless of, his whole stance there, I think his loyalties lie with Flame and Aqua.
It's funny
And
that...
I think Earth would be the most likely to be corrupted outside of...
Yes. And it's funny that through thick and thin, looking back on it in hindsight, the one that fought the most for humans was probably Flame in terms of the Ignis.
Absolutely.
Which Flame was someone that I never fully trusted during the show.
He was always so snarky.
He was like, let's
Yeah.
find out what happened in the Cyberse world and then I'll make up my mind on
Right.
human.
Yeah.
But he
he
was
did
with Soulburn until the very
to the
end.
very end.
Yeah.
And I...
Not so much. A little.
I mean, maybe different situations.
He just saw himself as there was no way
That's what it was. Yeah,
he
so
could
I
live
right,
without.
right.
you know.
But thank you, Matt. Great.
That'd be a
there.
fun duel to watch.
It would be a blast.
Yeah, it'd be great. Goose is here.
Goose
Donated $10 and he said, "What's
Oh,
up, guys?
shit.
Glad fall is here. The Nick T. Well, that's one of us. The Nick T cutout was everything. I love the yellow cap. Nick Calibro.
Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you.
Beating Minister to the Punch. Everyone watch Iron Blood Orphans for the best Gundam Barbados.
Wow.
So- so-
No Matt here.
Yeah, Matt has not joined the stream, so he's not around.
Wow,
But
Matt.
So he hasn't eaten the
hopefully
Minister.
Matt's having a fun. Well, it's Saturday night. Matt's probably
It's
out
Saturday. You know what? He's
boogieing.
partying. Yeah.
Maybe he's doing one of those wedding events where he's getting paid for the church.
Oh
of
yeah,
Gundam.
yeah. He could
That would
be.
be Duncan kids.
Dunking kids in the water. Regardless, Goose, thank you so much, my friend. I'm glad fall is here as well. Don't love the cold weather, but
No.
it's better than maybe
Fall
the...
is good, but when it
Scorching
starts
heat.
getting too cold, it's,
Yeah.
It was pretty cold this morning.
Yeah.
It kind of
Yeah.
It's a little chilly.
But thank you, man. Thank you so much. Nice
Thanks,
nice
my G-
donation.
my
I
G,
appreciate
yes.
it.
Ute is here.
Oh, you...
Donated $5 and he said, "I'm about to play drunk Yugioh with my club. There aren't
Nice.
any duels I wished, but I wanted to see more of Spectre and Earth. Forever my friend Nick T."
We are buddies. It's funny because when you mentioned, Matt's not here, I was going to say, you probably won't be here either because we were talking on Thursday night and he was like, Friday I'm going to be like meeting with my like Yu-Gi-Oh club for real, and then like Saturday we usually like get drunk and play. I'm like, that's awesome.
yeah.
That is so
amazing,
sick.
yeah.
So I'm happy to have him. I don't know when he left that.
He's probably not here
well,
anymore.
He might not be here
27
anymore.
minutes ago.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
still, if he's here, hello, my buddy. You know, we've been watching first Gundam Build Fighters together. Yeah, and now Build Fighters Try. So we've been
That's
watching
awesome.
a lot of shows together.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Sweet.
He's a good dude.
He's my
Thank
homie.
you, Yud. I appreciate it. Have fun tonight, man. Have fun.
Yes,
He's gonna. Shark King 101
great. name.
donated $10
Great
and he said, "Watch the next series is going to be a continuation of the VRAINS, with the villain being the great evil the Ignis were created to destroy, which I think is a virus that wants to take control of VRAINS."
Right. That's another unanswered question.
Great
Yeah,
evil.
because of the way they left it off, it could just very well be a
Mhm.
continuation.
Unless that was supposed to be like symbolic for human beings, like Kogami was saying.
right.
But like,
Which I mean, a lot.
What, that they're the great evil?
That we as humans are a great evil because of all the harm.
Do they say great evil? Is that
I think that is. I think that is a quote actually.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure because I know like a lot. I wasn't sure if it was the case for this, but in a lot of shows where like AI creates like that's supposed to be like the next stage of human evolution.
Right.
Right, but
I think that was what was said. Yeah.
Wow, it could be.
Oh yeah, that's what Bowman considered himself.
Yeah.
He was the next thing.
Sure.
And he was going to make the world like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then humankind is.
Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it, Shark King. Good dude.
Very good.
There was a list that came out today. The voting is still going on. The voting goes on until early December. But I'm probably going to do a video on it because it was like I was stunned when I heard this. Jay Bix, who's one of the more intelligent, run of the guy community people. Run of the guy.
Whoa, or any of those words.
Good try. Keep
like
going.
run of the mill is normally the statement, but then I feel like it's a kind of insulting what he's doing.
Well, that's why run of the mill was not the phrase I was looking for. Very, very involved in all different sections of the fandom.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And very statistical, very reliable, trustworthy source. And he posted in my Discord the voting for the anime festival, very popular vote that's taking place for the top 100 anime that aired between October 2018 and September 2019. So basically, the top 100 anime that have aired in the past year.
There are over 100?
There have been over 500 that have started.
What?
Well, that have started or that have just aired. Like One Piece you can vote for.
Okay.
If you think during that year One Piece has like been incredible. And so we're going down that list, and Jbix just goes, Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS is 10th. Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS is 10th out of really 500 that you can vote on.
It's not only within the first
It's
100,
in the top 10.
That's unreal.
For best anime of the last year. And when I heard that, we're like, okay, something's wrong here. Like, obviously it's fan voting, but that was just like, it was awesome. Like, I would love to see it.
It feels good.
The anime winning by a very large margin is Demon Slayer. That's number one. I expect Demon Slayer to probably win that award
right now. Nothing against it, but it is the trend.
No, but Dr. Stone is an anime that I've heard from a few people. It's amazing. Dr. Stone is 15th.
Wow.
Okay. So actually, VRAINS is beating out some like pretty big, well-known
shows.
That's a huge
surprise, actually.
Yeah, but it further, I think, there were a lot of rumors that I had been hearing from a few different people that like they were like, I think VRAINS got canceled because of low ratings, disinterest.
But that can't be the case.
This says the exact opposite. Right. Because this tells me two things. One, a lot of people watch the show. Right. You're not going to vote for a show that you never watched.
Yep.
So a lot of people watch the show, and two, a lot of people that watch the show enjoyed the show. Yeah. You're not going to vote for a show that you don't enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's what that tells me.
Yep.
So if VRAINS was really canceled due to low interest, or whatever the case may be in regards to that, in relation to that, it's not showing up on this list.
Agreed.
Yeah. Or maybe it'll show up in like 80th position to be top 10.
Unreal.
The top 5 was Banana. What's the Banana show?
Banana Fish.
Banana Fish was 2. Demon Slayer was 1. Attack on Titan was in the top 5, and there was another Fire Force I think was in the top 5 somewhere. And but yeah, it's beat out JoJo.
Wow.
And they have and that's the other thing. It's like, maybe Yu-Gi-Oh just has a big fan base. You can't compare it to the JoJo fan base.
Yeah, we know that.
What you just said right there. Was that a JoJo?
Wow, it's been good, guys.
So honestly, when I saw that, I was like, that's really look. Do I think it's a top 10 anime of the last year? Probably not. But granted, I liked it more than I thought the average people. Seems to have been very popular over in Japan.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is so cool.
So really excited, and if
you love to see it,
you do love to see it. In fact, my reaction to that news was exactly like the kombucha girl. I can't remember the name, but the girl that's like that takes the sip of the drink and is like, no. Well, that was literally my reaction.
No, literally, that's what we were talking about at dinner. I was like, actually, that really fits.
It does fit really well.
So I mean, like, good news. So some really good news. I'll probably do a video on it maybe tomorrow or Monday. Voting goes until December 2nd. VRAINS was 12th as of yesterday, so it jumped up 2 spots today. There's a good chance it probably won't finish in the top 10. But we'll see.
Even it makes the top 100 out of 500.
Yeah,
that's like
pretty impressive.
Yeah, so that's good. A lot of people seem to like the show.
The shortest episode running Yu-Gi-Oh of all time.
Yeah,
obviously had some kind of impact.
Well, and I think what it did really well, even though it ended quickly, I thought it ended incredibly well.
Mm-hmm.
Loved
Yeah,
the
I agree.
cliffhanger.
Yeah, they did a
Absolutely.
great
Loved
job.
the final 3 duels. Granted, I'm aware I liked it more than the average fan.
Sure.
Or at least that was the perspective that I had. But maybe in terms of Japan and that fandom, maybe I liked it as much as they all did too.
Maybe.
So, cool.
Maybe.
But we'll get back. We'll read 2 more donations.
2 more?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Blue Maiden, 28 is here.
Hey.
Donated
She's great.
$5.
Thank
He
you,
said,
Blue Maiden.
hey everyone, dropping in to say hi. Inspector really needed more duels, and my number 1 is Revolver versus Spectre or Revolver versus I.
Both would be very interesting.
I like both
Yeah.
of those.
Yeah, 2 incredible choices, Blue Maiden.
Yeah, I actually considered putting Revolver Spectre on my list. I just wasn't sure about like how it would have happened, like plot wise, how it would have happened. But it would have been a very fun duel to
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah.
Spectre deserved more duels. I mean, we were just talking about it before you got here. The 3 opponents he dueled, he was able to get in the minds of those opponents so easily.
Oh, yeah.
Got in the mind of Blue Angel with
Right.
ease and ended up
Yeah.
mentally and then physically pretty much beating her. And then he got in the mind of Playmaker during that duel.
Yeah, yes,
I
he
remember
did.
I said, "Oh, this isn't good. Playmaker's conviction is starting to waver." That rarely happened throughout the show.
Yeah.
And Lightning, he
Which was seemed
infuriated
almost
And
like-
Lightning.
he infuriated.
Which seemed very that was the first time we saw Lightning like crack a bit.
Yeah.
Like,
The last 90 episodes, here's a fun stat for you. Wait, no, hold on. I want to make sure I'm right about this.
Don't mess it up.
The last at least 80 episodes, of Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS, Spectre duels once.
you
I
hate
know.
to see it.
It's really sad.
Deserved way more to your point, Blue Maiden. Thank you for the donation. Really helps me out. Thank you so much.
Taker Napper did right, and he said his number 1 top duel is Dylan versus Yoshida.
That'll happen.
I would never duel my friend. I'm sorry, Taker.
He's a friend. But if I have to duel him for the
Well, it
sake of
hurts
the
me when-
brains,
It hurts me when people make jokes in regards to Shin Yoshida because he's a friend.
I love it, dude. I love it. I
if
love
I have to duel him,
it.
I
Doesn't
will.
get old.
Too much. Brian Ford.
Yeah. Oh, Brian.
Donated $5.
I hope school's going well, man. Thank you for the donation.
So,
dude.
yes. And
Thank you so much.
Hey guys, been a while for me coming to a stream.
Yes.
It
Been
has.
tired as hell. Loved your list, Dylan. I know my most wanted duels was Aoi and Miyu versus Human Aqua.
Whoa, that's a
Fuck.
good idea.
Fuck, that's really good. Number 7 for me was Aoi versus Miyu. You add in that twist against a human Aqua.
Yeah, the both.
So
of
how
them-
would you have narratively done that?
You would have had to, on the revival of all the human Ignis, you would have had to make them all more corrupt.
right? they
Either
couldn't
by
be good.
Lightning's hands or by I's hands.
Right.
And then Miyu would have had to actually appear and do something.
Yeah, but let's say she sides against Aoi. Why? Just to side with Aqua?
Oh, like in my duel.
Yeah.
So no. So my number 7 was Aoi versus Miyu.
Well, a fight for Aqua.
That could have been it, but which I did say in the video. My number 8 was Jin versus Playmaker, and I picked both of those because I thought both of those characters, Jin and Miyu, those were, I think, their best opponents and would have been the most interesting. And I think they just both needed a duel. I would have loved to see either one of them duel.
Right.
That was a big reason they made my top 10. Miyu versus Aoi, though, I feel like there's a
There's
good
probably
backstory that
yeah.
can make it a less tense, more like kind of for fun duel. If you want to put Aqua on the line, you absolutely can do that.
Okay.
But I think it
Or
makes
like
it a
back
more
to the playground
fun,
type, yeah.
relaxed duel where they can maybe talk about things. And
Okay.
I think it would have been
a lot more background on Miyu. and
right,
stuff like
right.
that,
Aoi was the reason Miyu was able to persevere through the Lost Incident. Miyu was one of the only friends that Aoi had, and thanks to Miyu for creating Aqua, Miyu's presence and support was with Aoi the entire journey through that Mirror Link VRAINS arc. I think it could have been a pretty heavy duel if done correctly.
For sure.
I don't think it would have been a good versus evil duel, but I think VRAINS kind of lacked in not having more just kind of relaxed, emotionally
Not
based
life
duels.
is on the line
As-
duels.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yep.
Yep.
So that was the reason why I didn't put it crazy
Yeah,
high.
almost
but-
every duel was just like you win or you're dead.
Yeah, every single duel, man. Every duel. Besides like Emma and Brave Max, I can't think of any.
That's I think the only one. Really.
Every duel, life is on the line or your Ignis is on the line. Every single duel. We need a more relaxed duels.
Let's chill out. Let's
Some
chill out.
more- some more-
I mean, there was that Aoi Soulburner duel.
If Flame was on the line, Aoi would have taken Flame if
That's
she won
true.
and put it to Soul Tech.
That's true.
I mean, really,
Oh,
like
yeah.
the
That's true.
Ignis.
I forgot she was going on that side.
Yeah, that is
because
every
right.
single
every
duel,
duel
man.
that an Ignis was in they were on the line.
Yeah,
That's
Every single one.
every single duel.
That's right. That's when she was siding with Emma, and like they were for some reason working for
Soul
Akira,
Tech,
and
yeah.
then sold. Like that was
The
weird.
blue girl phase was weird.
It was a weird one.
I love the design. It was kind of weird.
It was just a phase.
It was just
It's
a
not just
phase.
a phase, Mom.
All right, well, thank you for the donation, Brian, and welcome back. I hope you're enjoying, and good luck with everything. I hope
Yes.
everything's been going well. Let's get back to it, boys. Top 3, your
Top
bronze
3.
medal. Nick T, why don't you kick us off?
Oh shit! All right,
Actually, Pete, you want to kick us off?
I should pull up.
You want me to kick us off?
Yeah, you kick us
my
off.
list,
Alright.
not remind me.
Number 3.
Pete's bronze medal.
My bronze medal. It's going to Revolver versus I.
Ooh.
Oh, look, just like who had mentioned it?
I believe who was that?
It was Blue Maiden 28,
Yeah,
I
it
believe.
was.
Yeah, Blue Maiden. Blue Maiden mentioned it. Yes. Good
Yes.
pick. It's
This
a good pick.
this is just it's kind of a no-brainer, but it's just a duel that I really wanted to see. I mean, you have this whole throughout the show, Revolver constantly calling I the Dark Ignis, right?
Right.
You have this buildup of tension between them, of not like no respect whatsoever
No.
between them, especially the Revolver to the I side
Yeah,
of it.
he always had contempt for him.
And so having I then make this whole dramatic turn there at the end,
Right.
if you had 5 more episodes, let's say, I think a duel between the two of them would have been absolutely fantastic. I also said Revolver Yusaku versus I in kind of a tag team,
Wow.
2-on-1
Do what they
duel.
gotta do.
That would
Yeah.
have been cool.
I would have loved to see them play off each other to kind of take down I and,
Yeah.
per se, save the world. But I think those two characters would have really... Because, like, Revolver is so serious and snarky, but even I, when he turned, like, his just breaking of the fourth wall and his just comedic timing, I think
Yeah.
that would have... It would have been a nice kind of foreplay going on in the duel, but it also... would have maybe unsettled Revolver or irritated him in some ways
Right.
that we
Yeah,
don't
which
see
would
as
be- would have
well.
been fun.
Which I think a lot of characters really haven't done. I mean, really the only one I think that got deeply under his skin is actually Windy. I wouldn't even say Lightning.
Yeah.
Because like Lightning like had information of like, oh, this is what happened to your dad. Look, I did it, right?
Right.
That's more personal. But to actually take digs and shots,
Yeah.
shot for shot,
Right,
that was
yeah.
really only Windy.
That was
And
only
I
Windy.
feel like I could play in that.
Didn't
in
Wendy
that.
say, like, your dad didn't even think you were good enough, that's why he
Yeah.
didn't put you in the list?
Dude, yeah, what the heck? Dude, that was
Yeah.
just
That
straight
was
up
a-
mean.
I've seen a
Wendy.
lot of things in my life, boys, but that was a low blow.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was.
That was
Way
I think it
below
would have
the
been an
belt.
interesting duel.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I agree.
that's a
I
good
like
one.
that duel a lot.
Your bronze medal.
My bronze medal. I put Queen versus Playmaker there.
Ooh.
So, there was a time long ago where we were like, hey, who would we like to see as, leaving the Bowman era, who would be like a great antagonist for season 3? Like, oh, well, who we got? Queen seemed to be the one. She's the head of Soul. She's committing awful, acts, totally murdered Earth in
Yeah.
cold blood. So it's, hey, this would make sense. And at the time, we thought she would have been a halfway decent duelist.
Yeah.
Until I swept the floor with her.
Oh, yeah.
But, and then for a main antagonist, I think who else to go up against her than Playmaker?
Sure.
You throw the potential Queen's Playmaker's mom thing in there.
Well, I was going to say son versus mom.
Exactly.
Protagonist versus villain. It would've worked
Exactly.
out.
And then you have a good duel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
not only
like
was she
that.
not the antagonist, she was also a terrible duelist.
And she probably wasn't Playmaker's mom.
And she probably was not Playmaker's mom either.
Most importantly, she was not Playmaker's
Yeah,
mom.
actually, that-
What a shock that was.
Thank you for.
I had to make sure that you clarified.
Yeah, because I did.
Just for the audience, because they really confused.
Because I really
there.
only checked 2 of those things off. That third box was still empty. You're right.
Holy
But
crap.
yeah,
That
honestly,
was
like
good. That was
I think
good.
there were a lot of assumptions that would have had to been made there, right? But I think it would have been a really entertaining and a very important duel if that's the route that they went.
So the only Queen did make my list at number 10. Queen versus Akira.
That was mine, number 5.
Sort of like, hey, you abused me for like all
I-
my
yeah.
adult
Yes,
life. And,
yes.
Yeah.
Well, basically, I felt like that was the most like closely connected she was to any other character.
So
I
much
agree.
tension.
That I agree. Yeah.
Queen versus Playmaker though, had Queen been the main villain,
that would have made
yeah,
sense. Yeah, exactly.
And Cal also had Queen versus Akira number 5.
My
Queen
Queen,
Akira
my
would be
Queen
good.
Akira take basically was, if the show was to continue and Queen was to come back, she would want her spot back in Soul
she'd have to
Tech.
fight Akira
She
for
would
it.
have to fight Akira for
I like
it.
that.
Or after she like you said before, dissected Earth.
Right.
And you could see Akira's distraught face in the background.
I'm done.
Like, he'd be like, I'm out, and she'd be like, oh no, you're staying here, and basically he would fight for his freedom.
Sure. That makes sense.
That was my thoughts on that. But
yeah. Either way, seeing Queen... I mean, seeing Akira duel is awesome. But, seeing a Queen duel.
Yeah.
It's a good pick.
Yeah.
So, what's your
bronze medal?
Caliber's bronze medal.
Speaking of Akira's Aizen, and something that Nick T had, Akira versus Spectre.
Yeah.
And
same reason, though?
Basically the same reason as you, it would have been a revenge duel for Aoi. Right. Because Aoi, and I think not only a revenge duel in the fact that Aoi was absolutely obliterated and tortured by Spectre, but at that point in the show, Aoi and Akira weren't really close. Because remember in the beginning, they were very distant from each other, and she was basically depressed and didn't talk to anyone.
He locked her in the room all the time.
Yeah, and literally, she wasn't allowed to leave the apartment. It wasn't that bad. Well, no, she was like left to stay in the apartment by herself.
But you're making it seem like they hated each other.
No, they weren't close. I said they were distant, and I think this would have been something that Aoi seeing Akira versus Spectre and say Akira would win the duel.
Right.
His emotion throughout that duel and showing like I'm the big brother, I'm protecting her, like she and like her coming back after that, the realization and bringing them that much closer together, I think would have been an awesome way to kind of connect the two as siblings because they were step siblings, right?
Is that what?
That was confirmed?
Yeah, that was confirmed.
They were step siblings?
Step siblings, yes.
So, like, that would have made it feel more like they were actual siblings, I think. I think it would have been something that really could have brought them together.
Right.
And maybe could have brought Aoi to the light sooner than she was, because she was brought down so many times.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's something that could have helped multiple characters and really only negatively impacted Spectre, who in the end wasn't really that important anyway.
Fair.
Even though he was one of
the best
everyone's favorites.
Yeah.
He was right up there.
Yeah.
I want to talk about it.
So my bronze is one that I think if most people think of it, they would say, "Oh yeah, I agree. That should be on a top 10 list."
But it's
I'm
not
that confident. But it's number 3.
Wow, that was borderline arrogant.
Borderline. The arrogance was...
Now, it's arrogant, and I think he's saying it because none of us probably have it.
Right.
So he's probably saying, like, I can't believe everybody else left this
What's
off.
in that water bottle?
He's shaping this up to make us look dumb, I think. Is what's
No, I'm not. None of you guys have it, but
There
I'm
you
not.
go.
Yeah.
And no, I don't. Obviously, I don't mean any arrogance by it. Number 3 is Aoi's Aizen versus Go and Izuka. When we were first introduced to all the characters in VRAINS, Playmaker was the first. The next 2 were Aoi and Go. This was the original trifecta, the team that we thought in the beginning of the show. Right. And in the beginning of the show, we were so desperate for anything that was not a Playmaker duel. In the first 20 episodes, every single duel involved Yusaku Fujiki, except when Blue Angel took on Prototype B, but that duel took place simultaneously. Remember that duel? That duel took... Wow. Yeah, I mean, I dig back into the archives.
Yes.
That duel went on simultaneously with Playmaker versus Prototype A.
Right.
So the first time we had a fully focused non-Playmaker duel was, I think, in the mid-20s when Go Nizuka took on Dr. Gnome.
Right, yep.
So for the first 6 months of Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS, every single duel, to some degree, involved Yusaku Fujiki.
That's insane.
Aoi's Aizen gets beat by Yusaku. Go gets beat by Yusaku. Finally, we can have a matchup that's not Eye is on the line, Ignis is on the line, your life is on the line if you lose, because every duel was like that in the beginning.
Yeah, right.
There's no high stakes in terms of life or death.
Yeah.
And 2 characters that are beloved charisma duelists.
Yep.
You could say they're the top 2 charisma duelists. They're dueling for their pride, for their honor after getting embarrassed by this nobody Playmaker that just burst onto the scene.
Yep.
I think the duel made too much sense to happen in the early goings. Yeah. And it just never happened.
It would have brought the show back, or at least this digital world that we have, the VRAINS, back to what it was intended to be almost. You know, filled with charisma duelists and entertainment. Everything, dueling was entertainment in this world. So that duel would make the most sense having your top 2 charisma duelists.
Yeah. This duel is a duel that has to take place before the Another arc in the first 20 episodes.
Yeah, right.
I think it definitely should have. I'm not sure why it didn't. And big missed opportunity.
And at the time, Playmaker coming to the top, they're 1 and 2 in the VRAINS.
You'd imagine.
So why wouldn't you want a duel between the top 2 charisma duelists in VRAINS? Because it would be something that would be like a spectacle. Like, even the people in the real world would be watching it on the screens.
Yep.
There'd be all this stuff going on. And it it would almost be a way to get you to know both characters without having to involve playmaking.
Right.
Yes.
Another aspect of the
100%.
duel
Right?
that I love is when playmaker's dueling and Eye is on the line, we know he's going to win.
Yeah.
Especially in the early going. You have this duel, I don't know
who's
who
gonna
wins.
win?
Yeah,
No.
absolutely.
You can make good cases for both duelists.
Yep.
Maybe it'll be a draw, maybe it'll be a no result. It'll be one of the... And when the another arc happens, we know Go is going to beat Gnome. We know Aoi is going to beat Vyra. We know Playmaker is going to beat Faust. I mean, by the time Playmaker and Faust was going on, it was like, all right, this almost feels like filler. Like, come on, it's so predictable
You're
at this
right,
point. This just would have been, I think, a really good duel to have taken place early on.
Now let me ask you a question.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm going to take your duel, and we'll change up a bit.
sure.
Instead of dueling, they fight in Go's wrestling ring. How do you feel about that? Who's winning that?
Did you just get one of them?
I apologize.
It's done. It's fried. It's fried.
I don't think Aoi would have a good chance.
Now, why is that? What she could be very acrobatic.
She's a twin.
Have a lot of high flying.
She's not. Go is a very
I thought
strong
about
dude. It would be like Daniel J. Edwards versus Calibro.
It's true. Well, maybe Daniel J. Edwards versus like you.
Well, he does. He's got big biceps.
Guy's huge, man.
He's a big dude. So those are our top three.
Real quick, because I just saw Shadow Realm. Z commented bit versus boot over everyone else. It's funny that you say that because last night I'm staring at my phone, like trying to figure out, what duels have did we not get that we should have
Don't
gotten.
tell me you almost
No.
put them.
As a meme guess, I was like, I forgot Bit and Boot were a character. How funny would it be if I put a duel between those two in my list? I didn't, but it's so funny that
or
he
Bit
said
and
that.
Boot versus Frog and Pigeon. Although Frog and Pigeon were ineligible, at least under these rules. Obviously, if you want to say, my number one duel was the King chess piece versus Queen, go right ahead.
Yeah.
Just for this
What
list,
All intents and
it's
purposes.
outside of our parameters.
Now, considering it wasn't an actual duel, what about Blood Shepherd and the first guy he killed in the first
No, someone
episode?
commented that. Someone said the Penguin's brother.
Penguin, yeah.
Yeah, someone said Blood Shepherd versus the Penguin's brother.
That's a matchup.
Also,
of
if you go back, and there was a lot of just subliminal messaging in Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS. The strip club is one of my favorites on Queen's Boat. If you go back to that scene, Blood Shepherd takes the penguin and hangs him by his head, and they just show the legs swaying as if he's like getting noosed, and then the legs just
The limp, yeah.
Yep.
No, it's dude, it's next level. It's next level. He does not mess around.
No, Blood
And
Shepherd.
wait, and that
Blood
introduction to Blood Shepherd,
Badass, dude.
like
so badass.
everyone was like, "Oh shit, this guy's good!
Yeah.
Like this is gonna be awesome." And then his first duel, remember?
I don't think he beat Emma.
But his
And he
first
would've beaten
duel
Soulbreaker.
was bad. Like
Yeah.
I remember we all.
Yeah, you didn't like it.
We all.
Cal, you hated it the most.
You hated it the most.
He was so boring. He was. Oh my god!
His
it was
deck
so.
style. Well, his deck style, it was very, articulate.
Yeah.
Ugh,
No,
with
not
the
even
drones.
articulate. It was just like, this happens. There was no trick up your sleeve type card.
Yeah.
There was no wow, I'm so surprised that happened type moments in his duel.
He reminded me very much of Aoi early on when she was dueling, where it would, especially with her trickster deck, where he would pick away at you, little by little, like a couple 300 life points, over and over and over with these drone attacks, and it would just be like, why are we doing this?
And then he lose
This
because
is
he
not
wasn't a good
interesting.
duelist anyway.
Should I upload a video just titled?
I love how the whole time I was speaking about that, you were not even acknowledging
waiting.
what I
He
was
was
saying.
waiting.
You were literally just, I can see you formulating the idea. Go.
You're right, though. No, you're right. I agree with you.
Right?
What if you just saw Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything has uploaded a video, an in-depth analysis of the strip club on Queen's Yacht?
Now that is
But
filler.
would you watch it?
Absolutely.
You kidding?
I might do that video.
You should do that.
I challenge you to find 8 minutes of actual footage that you can make a video.
Well, it would be like a 3-minute video, a gag
Well,
video.
you don't
It would-
need the 8 minutes of footage, but you do need
8 minutes of analysis.
Yeah,
I'll
No,
do-
it says 8. It says in depth.
Oh, you're right,
So I
so-
want an 8-minute video of you analyzing.
a brief analysis, or I'll do I'll do what some people do, and some people actually do this because if your video is over 10 minutes, you can put multiple ad breaks. I hate when all their videos are over 10 minutes. They have 8 ad breaks every minute and a half. Most annoying thing.
True.
I saw one time that someone literally recorded a video. It lasted for about 4.5 minutes. The next 6.5 minutes was just a black screen.
It's all ad
with like jazz music, just to get it to the 10 minutes, so they could put like 3 ads in the actual video.
That's messed up.
Yeah,
you should do that.
No, I would never do that. But there's a lot of scummy people out there.
Do you remember the video and the YouTuber?
I don't, but I'm sure I can find it.
I saw a couple comments that are saying that you should put me in the strip club for the video.
This video's happening. There's no. This video's happening.
Clickbait. Cal's in the strip club.
Dude, that's just.
Let's go. Yeah.
That reminds me. I was like on YouTube and I was like, oh, Dylan's like. I didn't end up tuning in because I was busy. But when you were doing your
Luigi's Mansion,
and I look at the thumbnail and I'm like, Calibur's in the thumbnail. And I just briefly clicked it because like for the 30 seconds I had, and there was no Calibro.
Oh no, he wasn't there.
I was in the chat
for the second one, but not for the first one.
He just tracks it with his face.
Exactly, that's what I was like,
so in the video today, at about the 5-second mark, Caliber pops up for a second and then disappears. I'm announcing it right now that this man, the render of him, in that suit, is going to appear in every video of mine until the end of 2019.
It's the face. He's the face of the filler.
In some way, shape, or form.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, every single video.
Called the Cal arc.
Ooh, uh-oh.
Oh.
You're in trouble.
Yeah, all the women. All right, let's go to number 2. Our runner-up.
Who are we going to?
Pete, right? I think I liked that.
Yeah, we'll start with you, Pete.
There was a couple comments I wanted to point out. One was a duel between Daniel J. Edwards and Uncle Wayne.
That would be amazing.
So
are they cool in real life?
Oh yeah, they know each other. Yeah. I'm trying to think if their characters ever dueled. I don't think so. Go and Revolver, Akira, no.
I still want to see them as people duel.
And another one is Giancarlo wrote, "Are you still doing that Thanos compared to VRAINS video?"
You should.
I should.
I mean, you want to fill things during the filler arc. That's how you do it.
You're right. I mean, it feels like this filler arc has gone on forever,
and it's been a month.
It's been 5 weeks.
Yeah,
we're in trouble. I'm really hoping that my channel is not completely dead by the time Yu-Gi-Oh 7 comes out.
And now think about it, Yu-Gi-Oh 7. What if it starts next October? You got to make it a year.
Well, that's gonna be tough.
We're gonna shift to like you playing whatever. What's the game?
Clone Hero.
Yeah.
Nice.
Don't even compliment me. I do that with my eyes closed. Pete, you're
arrogance confirmed, bro.
My runner-up.
Yu-Gi-Oh arrogance.
Yes.
Everything.
Pete's runner-up.
This is one I really look forward to, and I wish it happened, but it didn't. It's Yusaku versus Wendy. I really, really, really wanted this duel to happen.
That's a unique one.
Wendy's one of my favorite characters in the show. And so, I don't care, corrupted or not by lightning, whatever. The character that we got for the entirety of the show.
Right.
That Wendy is Wendy to me, to everyone else.
Sure.
To have him go against Yusaku, and really I at that point. That's how I'm imagining it, that I's still on the duel disc.
Right.
I think they've been great back and forth. I think their dueling styles would have been very interesting to see how all that plays off each other. And we get Wendy against 2 of the 3. He faced Revolver and he faced Soulburner. He never, ever, ever even really sniffs Yusaku. I mean, the closest they really have to any interaction was when Yusaku and I were imprisoned, and then Revolver does his whole, heroic drop down, and that duel starts.
Great.
That's it. Like, they don't really have a lot of interaction. A little bit, obviously, when they first met Wendy, and him doing the whole data storm, and then they go to his place, and they meet Echo and all that stuff. But that was before we knew what Wendy really was.
Sure.
But he was putting on, I would assume at that point he was already turned.
Right, yeah.
So we'll say he was putting on a charade, a facade, while that was going on. So to see those 2 characters go against each other, I would have thought would have been absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. I very much agree.
Very unique. I'm not sure, because I always read the comments for the first 45 minutes to an hour. I reply to the comments. I usually do go back and read them after a couple of days. I don't know if I saw anyone suggest that, so that's a very unique one. And you have it very high.
Yeah, and just the way Wendy took shots at I, too, during when Wendy and Revolver were going at each other. I think that would have been cool when they were in an actual duel set.
That would have been an interesting one. Your number 2.
I don't know You're used to looking, because I wasn't here. I get it. So oddly enough, my number 2 also involves Wendy, but it's Wendy versus Wendy's partner. So the way I view this here is...
Wendy getting a lot of love.
I know, we love Wendy.
This was my honorable mention.
I'm interested.
I made one honorable mention.
I thought it was a pretty abstract one, so I'm interested that it made your honorable mention.
It did.
Because
the only one that
I think they made a point, obviously, RIP, But they made a point of saying that post-incident, Wendy's partner was doing a really good job at readjusting to life. He had friends. He was happy until, what Wendy did.
Wow.
But on the complete opposite of that, at the point that we are at now, Wendy is corrupted. Whether it's lightning or his own doing, he's corrupted.
Sure.
So I would never be able to imagine this happy, readjusted human being on the same side as his now corrupted partner. So I thought, it would be a good idea and an interesting duel to have, Wendy's partner try to either to win him back or just to fight against him in this, battle of human versus, AI.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Would have been an awesome scene, too, if, let's say, the Ignis do go back as humans, and Wendy is, walking on the street as a human alone, after leaving the headquarters or something, or some scene like that.
Sure.
And he just gets confronted, and it's the person he thought he killed.
Right.
And that's how they, start dueling. That
would be heavy.
That would be good. The reason I put it as an honorable mention is because I didn't feel like I knew enough about Wendy's kid to put it on my top 10.
Sure.
We don't even really know what his face looks like in full. We've seen it blurred out a little bit.
Right.
We can probably get a good sketch of it.
Yeah,
but we don't know his name.
Nope.
We don't know anything about him. And at the end of the day, he's dead. It's not like a Miyu or a Jin that are in canon alive.
For all we know, he is dead.
Yeah. But I put it as an honorable mention because if they went that route that basically you just said, I think it would have been a really heavy, hard-hitting duel.
Mm-hmm. You tried to kill me.
Yeah, that's the underlying theme there. That, you literally tried to murder me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that could have led to a very heavy duel. It would have been cool to see him in action as well. But put that as my honorable mention because I didn't feel there was enough of an emotional connection there.
Agreed.
But fair there.
Reminds me of another anime cartoon, as I've referenced before, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Hell yeah.
When Admiral Zhao tries to kill Zuko.
Of course.
And then he has that kind of fight at the end of season 1 where Zuko fights Zhao and then, Zhao ends up dying.
Of course.
Would have been very similar to that because he thought he was dead until he appeared there. So.
Right.
Boom. He's like, yeah, here I am, boy.
Would have been cool.
It would have been great.
I'd do it.
So Wendy involved in both of your guys' number 2s.
He was fun, dude. He was
That's
fun.
yeah, he was.
He's wearing green for Wendy.
Yeah,
Wendy, bro.
I love it.
I stand with
I
Wendy.
love the unique choices.
Thank you.
You're a runner-up, my friend.
All right, so this is going to be a little less unique for everyone, but mine is I and Revolver.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
I'm not sure if I have too much to add on to what Pete said because
that was...
we all kind of talked about it there. But I just feel like that the back and forth in a duel like that with the way I was once he was in his human form and going against Revolver, who's a tough guy to crack obviously, but I is the type of person who gets at you in so many different ways that he can really kind of peel Revolver back a little bit and maybe kind of almost open up maybe some rage inside of him too. And I just thought that overall it would have been a high profile duel, a really fun one to watch. And again, if it went longer, I think it probably would have been the duel that happened before Yusaku and I. I felt like it almost would have been Revolver goes out and is I'm taking care of him now. This is what I've wanted to do all along. And he would have went first.
Jump ahead,
because he would have been you've been trying to save him all this time and I'm done with it. We need to get rid of them. Clearly they're not good. And he would jump in first.
Yeah.
He would lose. And then in order to avenge Revolver and realize, wow, he was right due to the dialogue and everything that goes on between Revolver and I.
That's when
then Playmaker would have less sympathy in the duel, maybe less emotion behind holding I and crying and that ending. But he would still know I'm about to lose my friend, but this is to save everybody else.
Yes.
You get some... No, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I was and I just think that it could have played. It all really didn't happen. I think because of the time frame.
Yeah,
because of how short the ending was.
And for Revolver, maybe it was okay because I thought his character ended incredibly.
Oh, absolutely,
I agree.
Absolutely.
So that's the one argument that I saw people make in my video against that duel because people were like, "Hey, they wrapped his character arc up amazingly.
Yeah.
He didn't need to
got
duel."
what he deserved.
Yeah, absolutely.
But at the same time, I versus Revolver.
That would have been great.
Come on.
Yeah.
Good runner-up. For me...
Oh, wait, Pete had something to say.
No, I'm just saying, I think a great line of dialogue there could have been, like what I said earlier, of I could have asked Revolver, oh, you called at the end there after you fought Lightning, you called me my name. now what's changed? Why am I the Dark Ignis once again? Like he could have did a
yeah,
lot of comedic and like prodding to him there as well. So
Yeah.
that would've been nice.
Almost Joker-esque.
Yeah, it would be Joker-esque.
And like like Revolver, like what are you shaking in your convictions all of a sudden? Like you could have had some good.
No, it would have been good. It would have been good.
All right,
My runner-up.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Wow, that's
Wow,
nice.
tied.
Revolver versus
Tied.
Spectre.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You brought it up. I think you're actually the only. Yeah, you're the only one that even brought it up to any degree, where you were like you considered it, but you didn't know realistically how it would have worked out or how it would have played out. The reason I have it at number 2 is because I think that this duel was very close to happening. So I do slightly disagree with you there.
At what point?
When Lightning defeats Spectre and says, even the weak have their uses, turns Spectre into Data, a brainwashed Spectre, still with the same mannerisms and the same personality, using his mind games against a man he worships as a god, Revolver.
Yeah.
Revolver's only friend. We saw some great emotion from Revolver at the very end of the Lightning duel when he was in the Field of Flowers and during the Soulburner duel.
Yep.
That was incredible. Break down that hard shell, get to the yoke scenes for Revolver.
Okay.
Literally by breaking the mask.
Yes, this could have
the yoke,
really also just kind of played into that a little bit. I don't want to say taken away from what those duels did, but I think it could have shown us a more sensitive, softer side of Revolver that we didn't, again, see until that Soulburner duel. And if I had to pick my top 3 characters in the show that I loved listening to, every time they spoke, they had me just wrapped around their words. Revolver and Spectre are easily top 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd probably put Lightning in that top 3 as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And I'm not going to sort them right now, but
I
the dialogue would have been amazing. The emotion would have been amazing. It's a duel. Revolver wins. I think we all agree on that.
Of course.
But Revolver has to kill his best friend. Very similar to the decision I makes a little later on.
Yep.
And then if you have a Revolver versus I duel, you can even play on that a little bit. Revolver knows what it's like, even though Spectre gets revived. Or maybe you keep Spectre permanently dead. It's not like he did anything.
Yeah.
You can keep him permanently dead. Maybe that's how Revolver can, be shown to be on the same mindset as I.
Yeah,
to
for
a
sure.
degree.
Wow.
that he has to live with, that he kind of took out
That he killed his best friend. Yeah, and he gets it. And in this case, I can't even get angry at him because he does get it. And I was there when Revolver did it. So I think that could have led to a lot of incredible...
Yeah.
Wow, that's good.
I think it'd be
Your
interesting.
reasoning there is really good.
That's why I have it so high.
Another way you could have did, as I always said, is that what if Revolver, quote unquote, went rogue? He turned over to the side of Playmaker and everyone else. And I said this way, way back, like probably over a year ago when we were doing videos. And the rest of the Knights didn't agree with what he was doing. That's another way that you could have set up Revolver Spectre as well.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That's true.
That would have been a good one.
Yeah.
Would be interesting.
A lot of raps. A whole lot of.
So, do you want to go to some donos before we do everyone's number 1?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's do that.
All right.
Let's get
So
some
we go
donuts
back
out
to
of
the
the way.
donos. So, where we left off, Brian Ford donated another $5.
Brian.
And he said, I also wanted a Brave Max versus Playmaker,
Let's
to be
do it.
honest, because I think the characters' interactions would be cool. Also, Brave Max should win the duel, obviously.
Yeah, well, I agree with him about that last part.
100%.
Brian, you're going to be blocked from the chat.
That honestly though, thinking about like how you said they have like the for fun duels at the end, right? That would have been
That would have been for fun for you.
But it would have been a really cool way of Yusaku to be like
Opening
show
up
up in
and
front of
having
him.
fun.
Well, to show up to him and be like,
Or being
hey,
annoyed.
you wanted like you said you're my best friend. Why don't you duel me? And like
And
even
you-
if the
and
duel
you-
doesn't happen, just that interaction
Yes.
would have been really cool.
I just want, like, a one-turn duel. Yusaku just wipes the floor.
What if Brave Max pulls off an upset?
I would stop watching the show.
Dude, if Brave Max is somehow in Yu-Gi-Oh! 7,
I would love that.
I hope he's on like someone's poster or something.
That would be
like it's a
cool.
little cameo
Yeah,
in this
that would be-
season.
that would be cool.
funny.
I
I
hope
feel like
they
I
do
can
that.
see him
A
being like.
loser.
Yeah, wait, no. But on the sort of flip side of that,
He's
like
on the main character's t-shirt.
based on how his character is designed, like his avatar, like he's supposed to be like a superhero, right? Like he's like that cheesy, like
Yeah.
dumb superhero.
He's overcompensating for what he is not.
100%. But I'm saying
superhero?
that that could be on a poster in some kid's room, like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You look at me. Look at me right now. Yu-Gi-Oh! Expert. and you tell me what meaningful wins Emma had in the entire show.
Great point. She didn't have a meeting.
Exactly. So the
No,
only
that's
person
not true.
that you,
Brave Max.
one of the persons you can think she could beat is Brave Max, right? What does that say about the character of Emma and Brave Max?
So I did not say. I think
one of the most pointless duels of the show.
I think it speaks worse for Emma than it does Brave Max. I did not say that it was a pointless win because she dueled a pointless character. Sometimes duelists brick. I think Brave Max bricks in that duel.
Well-
now you run that duel 10 times. I think Brave Max wins it about 7 or 8 of the 10 times.
You know Brave Max loses 10 out of 10 times and don't even lie.
Did he beat a Knight of Hanoi?
He did beat a Knight of Hanoi.
After bricking.
Yeah. He bricked and still won.
I've bricked at locals. I haven't come back. This isn't Magic the Gathering. You can't brick and mukbang or whatever they call it.
Mulligan, bro.
Mulligan.
Mulligan.
You can't mulligan.
You can mulligan in Magic?
Yeah, that's how... Come on, bro. That's what
You can also
started.
mulligan in Texas Hold'em.
No, you cannot.
You should be able to.
You just fold.
Oh man! Thank you for the donation.
Yes,
Thank
very,
you.
very
Oh,
cool.
Lord. Blue Maiden donated another $5. It said, here's my actual list. Akira versus Aoi, Spectre versus Soulburner, Spectre versus Go,
Okay.
Go versus Aoi, Revolver versus Spectre or I.
Yeah.
Okay.
All great
Yeah.
picks. Wow.
I think almost all of those were in a list
Somewhere, shape, or
somewhere.
form.
Yes. Someone that said...
Yeah. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I like the Revolver Spectre.
Well,
I
the only
picked
one-
out the Spectre Go one.
The only one none of
Yeah,
us said
yeah.
was, Spectre Go and Aoi and Akira, she said, right?
Mhm.
That
I
would
think
have been an
Spectre
interesting
Go
one.
is specifically interesting because they're both somehow, in some weird way, connected with Earth.
Yeah.
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 I saw.
Oh, that could have been very
I
interesting.
saw a lot of Spectre versus Go,
Be-
and it would have
to,
been
like,
cool.
Redemption for Earth.
Yeah, and it would have been really cool if somehow you kind of flip it, where by the end of the show, Spectre plays the role as almost the good guy, and Earth and Go is
Right.
like a villain, and he
Right.
stays as
He's the one
villainous.
avenging Earth because Go was instrumental in taking Earth away from us.
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would actually. That's actually pretty good. I would love this.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. A lot of good suggestions. Thank you, Blue Maiden.
Yes, all very good.
The Socks God donated
What a good
$6
name.
Canadian dollars.
Oh, thank you,
And
God.
said, can't believe we didn't get an Uncle Wayne versus Naoki duel, but in all seriousness, I would love to see Soulburner versus Flame duel.
If we got the long
Yeah.
game,
Yeah.
we would
That-
have got that.
Would have
If we
been
got
a
the
great
if we got the
ceremonial duel.
revival Ignis too, I think we could have gotten almost every single character against their partner.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
And
completely
they
would
could
be
have
amazing.
split. They could have split those where three Ignis won and 3 of the humans won, and then it would create this new duel setup basically where it's like, say Soulburner wins, but Aqua beats Aoi,
Soulburner
and then
versus Aqua.
Soulburner has to play Aqua
Aqua,
now.
yep,
You know, and it's
yep.
just like, I don't know. It
Dude.
would have been really cool.
I am a huge fan for the concept of the
revival?
revival arc. I think that would have been so good.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that would have been a fantastic duel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for the donation,
Yes.
my friend. Thank you so much.
Matt Galaxy donated $5 Australian.
Thank you, Matt.
He said, play Kingdom Hearts from V-Blade, Christy, and me.
"Oh, Christy, I haven't spoken to anyone in so long. Jesus Christ."
I don't even see V-Blade that much anymore.
Yeah, V-Blade. Well, V-Blade didn't like Brains, so that's probably why.
That's the,
there you
yeah,
go.
makes
Yeah.
sense. That makes sense.
Yeah,
You should play Kingdom Hearts.
yeah.
Glad
not
to know
very
he's
good
still
things.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he's really like. Well, I guess it's hard to say who's into the show anymore, who plans to watch the show. To my knowledge, I think he still plays Yu-Gi-Oh. Really nice dude. Really
Yeah.
nice guy. Yeah, really nice guy.
I never played Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, never.
It's a great-
Yeah,
the first
never
two are-
something I've
I
really got
love
into.
the
I'm
first
not
two.
in.
I've
I
heard that they
never
the
grew up with
games are
Disney.
really good.
That's the problem. I never really grew up
True,
with
yeah, so
Disney.
you don't have that much. Yeah, but the...
It's so complicated. That's like 1.5, 2.5.
Oh, no, it's
like,
super
like,
convoluted. It's
I'm like,
very, very
I
convoluted.
don't have time for this.
But I've heard the game is really good.
Game's awesome.
Yes. I think if you like kind of that genre.
Yeah,
Mhm.
2 is
That's what
my
it's
jam.
Thank you, Matt, and thank you, Christy.
Meg's also here, and she just wrote, I can't wait to have opinions on this eventually. Yes, if you catch up
Yep.
on the show, continue watching,
By the,
you'll
by the,
eventually get
by the
there.
time her and Kate catch up, if they do fully catch
Yu-Gi-Oh!
up.
7 will probably
Yeah, we're gonna.
You expect that it would
Well-
take them a year, like 6 months?
It could.
Well,
It takes time.
Yeah.
It takes time.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, Meg's working 2 jobs too, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
so-
Oh, well, that... Okay, never mind. then.
Yeah.
I
But
take it
that'll
back.
be a good filler arc episode.
Yeah, to see their opinions on the show. Their first
Every lunch
anime,
break,
really.
you watch a 1 or so minute episode, without the beginnings and the endings.
Yeah.
Well, that was
Even if you do that, though, that still takes over 3 months if you do that every day, 7 days a week.
that
That's
was
one episode.
the beauty of
You
commuting
catch
on
up
the
by
train.
Yugioh 7?
Was when before we did all the live streams, when we would do the summaries of like 5 or 6 episodes.
Yeah.
And I loved binging. I binging
binging
the show
was
was
so
like a
much
really
better.
cool way to watch it.
Yeah.
And doing that, day before, 2 days before,
Yeah,
I would
you
watch
binge
or I
follow.
would watch 2 episodes on the train on the way to work and 2 on the way home.
Yep.
And I would get 4 episodes right there.
Dude, what are you doing, my man?
I'm being a loser.
Whoa.
Oh,
Whoa.
God, you were not a loser.
I was referring to Beck's song.
I'm a loser, baby.
So
Okay.
why don't you kill me?
Oh, dude, demonetized because it's copyright.
TNX Rail donated £5.
Thank you,
and said,
Thomas.
another topic for you. Who's everyone's Yugioh waifu character or monster if you like? Mine's Serena.
Don't make me pick.
Nikta, you're
I know
a
mine.
big
mine's
advocate,
Akiza.
I would say, of waifus.
I know, I know
So
mine.
I'm putting you on the spot.
Mine's Akiza. Calibur's is probably Soul Burner. Yours is.
Hayami.
What is it? No, honestly, who is it?
Hayami.
Your wife, your Yu-Gi-Oh waifu is
She's
Hayami.
Yeah, she's my waifu.
Why?
Soul Burner's
Because
his
Akira.
husbando.
No, because Akira. It's because Akira reminds him of him at
No,
Prudential.
you know that's 100% true.
Of course it's true, and he wants a woman like Hayami
Yeah.
in his life.
Is that a bad?
That was
That's
also-
absolutely not a bad
Someone
Of
comparison.
course it's not.
Someone
I'm
did
talking
comment-
about from a financially job stable perspective, not a personality perspective.
Someone did comment, though.
no, you
they
can't take
wanted
it
to
back.
see Soul Burner versus Hayami.
Really?
I don't know why. And then another one was Kiku.
See, so
Hey, keep Kiku out of this.
So for our lists, characters like Hayami and Kiku would be ineligible
right.
because we don't know if they're duelists. Some characters in the Yu-Gi-Oh
Sure.
universe don't duel.
We never
But
know.
I mean, you can pick whatever you want. I'm just saying they wouldn't be on our list.
Waifu.
Red Eye said mine is Aoi and I'm the bench.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
All right.
Yeah, Akiza's got to be.
You
number
know
one.
who?
Hey,
Yeah.
If you guys watched 5Ds, she'd be your number
But,
one. So.
but come on.
Yeah, but I didn't, so Hayami is number
You know who
one.
I have to pick?
It's Queen.
It's Queen,
I
dude.
know.
It's
And
Queen.
and Pete's is obviously Emma.
It's Emma.
Pizza's obviously Miyu's mom.
It's Emma definitely, but an honorable mention at the moment, Aki.
Wow. 'cause
Yeah.
he's-
Oh, because you are watching
Yeah.
5Ds. That's right.
Yeah.
She's
And I'm not done with all the shows yet,
Wait,
but
whose
that's
mom did you
honorable.
say?
Miyu's.
Muse.
Uh,
Wait, it's funny. Real quick
I'm
aside.
talking about Pete and Billie
Yeah.
Eilish, but go on.
Yeah, very quick aside. Because you brought up a character's mom, if you it's still here, we've been watching. Like I said, Gundam. We've just finished Build Fighters, and the main character's mom is like, she's the waifu.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rinko. So shout out Rinko. If anyone else watched Build Fighter, she's the ultimate waifu.
Anime moms, dude.
Anime
What are you
moms,
gonna say?
dude.
So Billie Eilish just has a new song
She
called "All Good Girls Go to Hell,"
Well, it's not really that new, but yeah.
and I'm sure I'm hearing it on the radio for the first time.
The album came out like months ago.
92.3.
And
Yes, yeah, I know.
I'm sure a few of you probably know that song. And there's a line where she says, "Peter should know better." That is in reference to our very own Peter Vaccaro.
Yeah.
Now, the reason I know this is because an anonymous source reached out to me, and Billie Eilish is friends with Fetty Wap. So that line, "Peter should know better," is
About
in
touching
reference
the-
to when Pete tried to give Fetty Wap gas.
And then he beat him up.
And no, Fetty Wap didn't beat up his bodyguard. Said, "Hey,
Oh,
can
right,
we
it's
see
big.
you around back?" Because I
You know,
didn't-
it's very
Yeah,
interesting how
sure.
all the celebrities in my life are somehow connected in some way, shape, or form.
Right. Well, I think you make
A negative impression, apparently.
an ill-advised decision once, and then it kind of spreads among Hollywood.
Yeah.
So yeah, Billie Eilish gave you a shout out in a very recent song.
That's really cool, man. I'm kind of impressed.
Yeah, dude, I was really honestly honored.
Yeah.
Even though it was a bad situation, I was honored.
Yeah.
for
Well,
sure.
and
In
also
a great song.
right, and she refers to you just as Peter because she's not sure. She doesn't know that you prefer Pete.
Yeah.
She doesn't know that you prefer Peter V in some cases.
Yeah.
So because you don't really like Peter,
No, I don't.
so that's why I think she did it
Yeah.
to get under your skin a little
Right,
bit.
yeah.
Well,
Might
she
have been.
is good at getting under people's skin, I feel
She
like.
is.
It might have
Oh,
been a
yeah.
warning shot, like she's just trying to remind me that
What your
like,
place
you
is.
shouldn't be doing
That
this.
tells me that Fetty Wap might be coming back to that gas station
You could.
when you're working.
And it's going to be a
Just-
test.
Yeah. What do you honestly? Because obviously the last time you were assaulted, what do you do if Fetty Wap comes back to the gas
You
station?
let him serve himself.
I mean, I'm gonna let him do it himself. Well, his bodyguards do it for him.
Under New Jersey law, that's illegal.
I think I'll let it slide on this one.
Yeah, but you at least have to make the effort to offer. Because there's a good chance
I
you
might-
offer, "Hey, Mr. Wap, may I serve you gas? And the bodyguards might say, we remember you from last time. Yeah, can we see you in the back?
See, I wouldn't even get to that interaction because maybe you would just say, hey, I know we had a tumultuous beginning. Okay?
Okay.
But
he's not going to know what tumultuous
he's
means.
probably
The bodyguard.
But I just want to know that I'm going to let you guys do this, and I hope we can have a better relationship.
Turn a blind eye.
Yeah.
I'm going to pretend I didn't see it.
The cameras, it's going to look like he tried.
And I got to just...
For all we know...
Completely no kidding aside, in all honesty, friend to friend to all of you guys out there, it's really cool to know someone that was beat up by a celebrity.
Well, celebrity's bodyguard.
So, celebrities...
Yeah, close. So it's basically
so, let's get to...
David Cedaz also is totally right, saying that a Pete diss track is coming. Yeah, that's going to end up coming.
Also,
and I think it's going to be me dissing everyone
I'm
else.
running from the truth. Right, you probably didn't see the my vlog, my art vlog.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, you did see it.
I was the one that said that.
You were, right, you were.
And now Kate has started the hashtag Pete Thickaro.
Let's bring it back.
Thanks, Kate.
Over 200 viewers. That's incredible. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on this lovely Saturday evening, Sunday morning, wherever you may be in the world. We hope you're having a great time. And it really means a lot. I've not broken, I feel like, 200 viewers in a while.
Yeah,
so
that's
nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm always happy when we break 50 viewers. So thank you guys.
But hold on here. Danger Charizard goes, yeah, Pete, you got to put out, LOL. What do you mean? Who am I putting out to?
Well,
Is it? Do I have to put out to someone that Fetty Wap asks me to put out to?
I don't know if he... Wait.
He says, it says you got to put out.
Do you not listen to Fetty Wap's music
Am I putting
anymore?
like my diss track? Or am I putting out putting out?
Well, it sounded like to me putting out...
I remember when...
I think putting out you gotta be ready.
I remember after that happened, you came right to Applebee's, and you were not in good shape.
We're distraught.
Luckily, the Applebee's, hearty food helped you.
Yeah.
The irony in you saying that is that Pete hates Applebee's. Hates Applebee's.
So, what a crappy night. He gets beat up by Fetty Wap's bodyguard.
And then the only food I had to eat
3
to
hours
nourish my
later,
injured body.
the only way you can see any friends is to go to Applebee's.
Yeah, that's
What a
rough.
crappy night, man. I'm sorry for that.
I do need Uncle Wayne to protect me next time, yes.
Sam, how you doing, man? Thank you guys so much for coming by, everyone. Let's do number 1, and then we'll finish off the donations. I think that's fair.
Yeah, that sounds good.
The top duel that we wish we saw in Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS, I'm going to start. Get mine out of the way with, because most people probably know it.
They don't even want to
Drum
hear it.
roll.
Again, my full top 10 is in the bottom.
Dylan's number 1
It's
is...
Revolver versus I.
Oh.
I couldn't not put this number 1. I think there is a solid argument. I think there's a very good debate you can have to say that Revolver's character arc ended really well. Had Revolver versus I happened, Revolver versus Soulburner might not have happened. And would Revolver versus I have been as good as that duel? Probably not. Only because I thought Revolver versus Soulburner was one of the best duels of the last 5 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I freaking love that duel,
It was
man.
fantastic.
That being said, this duel had to have happened. The first words that we hear any character utter in Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS is vanish Cyburst or be gone Cyburst.
Right.
And
Uttered by our
Revolver
one and
has a
only.
chance to put to death the abominations that his father created. There's one left. That character is dueling, causing havoc. And right at the end of the Aui's Eyes and Akira's Eyes in duel, when I lets Aoi live to suffer through the pain of losing someone that you love, Revolver says, no, this was a good thing. After Soulburner says, how can you do this? You've gone too far.
Right.
Revolver goes, no, I'm glad he did it. Because now I don't have to hesitate. I have no hesitation.
I remember.
I can destroy you with no guilt in my heart. And then I kind of just laughs and smirks it off and walks out.
Yeah.
And that right there, that cements their paths crossing.
Yep.
And somehow, some way, their paths just don't cross.
Yep.
Revolver versus Soulburner was phenomenal, but Revolver versus I could have been better.
Yes. And I think it was a duel
I think the character that maybe, sorry to interrupt you, that gets hurt the most from a Revolver versus I duel, even if that duel is phenomenal, is probably Soulburner.
Yeah.
Because then Soulburner doesn't get that incredible upset win and end to his arc.
Right.
But Revolver versus I, man, it would have been so good.
Yeah.
I agree. And if there was any duel that you could say was sort of in the cards from the very beginning.
Yeah.
That was the one.
When I actually said it in my video, if someone gave me $20 and said, you have to put all this money on a duel that you think will happen in Season 3 that was not shown to us in Opening 3. Because Opening 3 ended up, I think, showing every duel of Season 3, which is not what an opening should do.
Nope.
But, okay. That's a whole nother thing. I mean, Opening 3 I thought was like the coolest thing. Loved the song. Thought it was the coolest thing when we first saw it. It showed every duel.
Yeah. There was no guessing.
There was no, like, oh man, that was...
And it had the bus scene, driving the truck.
Which never happened.
Oh, yeah, that didn't...
That's okay.
We had a whole date set up and everything.
As Legendary always says, it didn't have Yusaku and I standing in the rain looking at the sky either. But besides those scenes, every scene was taken from the show. That's not the best way to do an opening.
Nope.
In my opinion.
Especially one that only has like 18 episodes.
Exactly. Regardless, Revolver versus I was the duel I would have bet all my money on without any hesitation. That would have happened in Season 3 without being shown in the opening. We didn't get it, though.
Didn't get it.
Fair.
You know what?
That's my top duel that I wish we saw in Yu-Gi-Oh! Friends.
Should we just go down the line?
Yep, Calibro, number one, baby.
This
all right,
method.
so
baby?
number one
Reverse
overall duel that I wish we saw.
Ooh.
Playmaker versus Soulburner. And this is a duel that I think it could have happened in a multitude of ways.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, as like a ceremonial duel, it could have happened.
Right, good friends.
So, like...
Sorry to interrupt you. Apparently the truck scene did happen.
That's what people are saying.
Why don't I remember that?
It did when...
it happened at the very beginning of one of the episodes, that's right. It was literally like the first 10 seconds of one of the episodes.
I don't know. I apologize. But go on.
I'm not gonna go on.
So where was I? Oh, yes. Playmaker versus Soulburner. So there were a couple ways that I could have seen this happening. One being it being like a ceremonial duel, hey, neither one of us has lost a duel. Let's go at it and see who wins.
Mm-hmm.
And, lo and behold, Playmaker would probably win that. Or,
of course,
in a turn of events, I guess, remember how, I think it was you who brought it up a while ago, when it was like, if anyone on the human side would turn to the Ignis.
It was Soulburner.
Yeah.
Because
and maybe
his
ties with Flame and his rivalry that he had with Revolver.
Yep.
So, in that sort of storyline, you could end up with a Soulburner beating Revolver off of Playmaker's team, and Playmaker having to go and taking out Soulburner.
Yep.
And that would have been a great storyline between the two, because the entire dialogue would be like, dude, why are you doing this?
100%.
Like, you realize you're helping them destroy us, and in turn, they're going to destroy you.
Right.
Like, do you understand what's going on here? And I think that would have been, regardless in any way, shape, or form, I think it would have been an incredible duel to see.
Beautiful.
And it also would have provided one of the two characters with a loss.
Right, which they both.
I don't think any character should go undefeated in a show.
I agree.
And as Dylan says, he thinks Soulburner would have lost. And which one was that, the Blood Shepherd duel?
Yeah.
Which he clearly was going to win anyway.
He loves saying it.
But he was going to lose.
No, he was going to win. But
Soulburner's face down would have. Blood Shepherd's face down would have given him the win.
His face down was probably a useless card like everything else he did dueling. But I think that...
Did he beat Emma Besso?
What?
Did he beat Emma Besso? Did Blood Shepherd beat Emma Besso, Ghost Girl?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Soulburner.
No.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Did Playmaker beat Ghost Girl?
Did they do one?
Yeah, they dueled in episode 16.
Oh.
Follow me here. Did Playmaker beat Ghost Girl?
Yeah.
Did Playmaker beat Bowman?
Yes.
Did Bowman beat Soulburner?
Yeah.
There's your triage.
One, triage is not the right word. Two,
it didn't make any sense.
You're trying... with that same line of logic, you're saying Brave Max is better. Is close to as good as Bowman because of.
Yeah, I was just throwing you off. I'm sorry. You can go.
My head is turned. I also forgot that Bowman beat Soulburner, so he technically did have a loss.
Right, but that was
But I think in season 3 even.
Oh, see, I thought you were referring to pre-Bowman. Like if Soulburner turned, he would have never dueled Bowman. That's what I thought you meant by saying.
No, I'm talking about like him turning in season 3.
Oh, okay.
But yes, even pre-Bowman, that's another scenario where right off the bat, because immediately when Soulburner comes in, Playmaker trusts him 110%.
Yeah.
Like it's as if like, oh yeah, no, you're cool. Like you're another lost incident guy. Like we're gonna go together. You can come right into Kusanagi's truck and everything.
And
He'll make a room. He'll make a room for you to go into the VRAINS and all that. Which putting additions on the truck. We don't know how that happened. But
how does he afford that? He's never ever selling hot dogs.
No, Howie's buys at the end of the show.
Also, at the end of the show, it's packed.
That place is packed.
Jin really had
the hot dog truck guy at Red Bank.
Yo, that guy is...
Wow, Gus, right?
Yeah, Gus.
Gus is killing it.
Someone commented earlier when I was watching that old scene where I says that he's starting to hate humans. Someone comments below and says Kusanagi is a bad business person because now Ryokan has come to his truck twice and is left without a hot dog.
That's true.
He's not selling.
You can't sell.
I don't think Shioshi wants to serve the Knights of Hanoi.
Yeah.
That seems borderline prejudice.
Discriminating against the Knights of Hanoi.
But there
ought to be a law against it.
That would have been a great
It would have been a really good one.
Yeah.
So I have Revolver versus Soulburner versus Playmaker, which I had in my top 5. Okay. Nick T, your top duel we wish we saw in Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS.
Drum roll. You mentioned it. Normal Jin versus Playmaker. What was my reasoning actually? Oh yeah. So far, I mean, we've only ever seen Jin duel as a puppet for Lightning, who arguably up until that point was, other than being a failure because he couldn't coexist with humans, with all the simulations. But as far as power goes, the most powerful Eye at that point, probably. So I'd hazard that Jin would be no weakling. You would need a good base to have a good Ignis in my mind.
Okay.
And to have Jin, who could arguably be one of the best duelists, without us obviously seeing it, to face against our main protagonist who has gone undefeated, I think would be a really good duel. Try to see what Jin's true abilities would be like, having given us Lightning.
One of my favorite aspects of this potential duel is what Shoichi says to, at that time, unnamed or unknown, I forget which one was which, pleading to Yusaku to help him fight the Knights because he knows that his brother can be as strong as Yusaku Fujiki as Playmaker.
Yes.
That to me was always foreshadowing.
That was always foreshadowing.
Jin can, if he can reach that level, maybe Jin can actually be the one to defeat Playmaker.
Right.
Not in a life or death manner,
but
just in
a
like a more casual, laid back duel, which again, VRAINS lacked.
Exactly.
So yeah, I had that number 7. I completely respect you for putting it at the top. Yeah. Pete,
Last but not least.
the number 1 duel that you wish we got in Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS.
Some people are not going to agree with this in the comments.
And that's okay.
From what I've been reading.
But
for me, it is Bowman versus Revolver.
No.
It's something I...
You loved Bowman.
I loved Bowman.
You love Revolver.
I think you were probably the one out of all of us that liked Bowman the most.
Yeah, and Revolver was my favorite character in the show, so it makes sense. I mean, my list is obviously very Revolver themed. It's kind of just worked out like that.
Yeah.
I just think, again, a character, a main villain, going against 2 of the 3. He went against Yusaku, he went against Soulburner. He doesn't go against Revolver. I understand Revolver has this amazing duel with Lightning, and one of my honorable mentions is Lightning not going against Yusaku. So I totally get that. But I think their styles, where Bowman is this kind of impenetrable wall, almost. It would have been very interesting to see the tactics that Revolver does to... let's say, like basically take down that wall. What he does. How Revolver has incredible, snarkiness, but spirit as well of he always, when it seems like he's against the ropes or something, he always has a comeback and a way to come back literally on the field. And I think that would have kind of made Bowman pause almost of my normal tactics are not going to work here. Very similar to how it was in the Playmaker duel. Except I think Revolver would have pushed him in different ways. It wouldn't have been a straight OTK in one kind of shot thing. Right. Even though I know he took him apart piece by piece with the counters. But that would still end up being really one move. I think Revolver, it would have been much more of a back and forth, and I would have loved to see their 2 themes be in the same episode. I think there could have been a lot of great dialogue and great
pieces of music. Interesting number 1. Very interesting number 1.
I think it's a good pick. I like it.
Yeah, it's a very unique pick. I also love the aspect of that duel that you have Revolver taking down basically the god of everything he hates and everything he is after and trying to kill. That's what Bowman represents.
He's the manifestation of all of Revolver's fears.
Yes.
Literally.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
That's a way to put it.
I think
that's a way to put it.
Yeah.
That is a great setup.
And if Revolver duels Bowman, it probably means he doesn't duel Lightning.
Right.
Both of those characters go into that duel, their only losses being against Playmaker, which basically means they're undefeated.
Yeah.
Because Playmaker just didn't lose.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Well, he's coming back stronger, remember.
he's coming back stronger.
Somehow.
And then maybe you somehow have some sort of plot twist where Revolver somehow pulls out a win, and then Lightning ends up being that main antagonist. Because that was a big theory back before Bowman actually pretty much became this divine being.
Right.
Interesting pick. Unique number 1 pick. I like it.
I just think it would have been very cool.
Yeah, you have a very Revolver themed list. Three of your...
And you could have switched a lot of things around there, too, because Bowman going against Revolver, maybe simultaneously you have Lightning going against Usaka.
Yeah.
People also were commenting tag team duels of Bowman Lightning versus Revolver Usaka.
That would have been a good one, too.
It would have been great, too.
Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm going to be doing a Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS, things you missed, things you didn't know. I've done that with all the shows.
Yeah.
And one thing that I'm going to say is Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS is the first show that did not feature any traditional tag duels. We did not have any 2v2.
Yeah. You're right. Wow.
Which is kind of
just
crazy.
Some 2v1s. That was it.
A couple 2v1s,
In 120 episodes?
120 episodes.
No 2v2s.
No 2v2s.
And we talked
Kinda
about
crazy.
tag duels a lot, I feel like, in a lot of the live streams.
possibilities,
We were like, wow, there's a great opportunity for a tag duel here, or a tag duel there,
Yeah.
and it just never came
happened.
to fruition.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Well, there you have it. Our top 5 duels we wish we saw. I'm very excited to read the comments, as I always do after these videos, and chat with all of you, and, well, not chat with all of you, but see what duels you guys have put. If you are interested in my personal top 10 of this category, check it out, or maybe a more detailed description that's not all over the place. Check it out down below in the description. I guess we will finish up with the donations, and we'll wrap it up.
Another point to add, too, is
Yes.
Bowman, as people are commenting, had respect and learned from the people he faced. And I think that respect factor, respecting the type of duelist Revolver is, I think Revolver might have, hating Bowman as much as he would, I think he would have respected what he was.
I agree.
Because I think he saw Lightning, even though he was an extremely challenging duelist. He was a great person to go against, or a great, AI to go against. He was twisted. He was off.
He saw Lightning's the slimy scumbag.
And he saw Lightning as, hey, he is the weak link.
Yeah.
I was part of those simulations. I know what your secret was.
Yeah.
Where Bowman doesn't have any of those background flaws.
Right.
He evolved and evolved and evolved until he became the divine.
Yeah, he's
Ignis.
supposed to be this perfect.
And so I think there would have been some kind of mutual respect between them two.
Agreed.
So,
Yeah, well said, man. Well said.
getting back to the donos,
Down.
David Sinas donated $2.
Thank you, David.
He said,
buddy.
I've played Drunk Yukio, and for some reason, I get better.
Wow.
The old adage, if you drink, you get better at something. Not true with driving, though. I don't care what you say.
Not true with Mario Party either, according to this guy.
I think he played fine. I always end up playing like trash.
Yeah, I was going to say, hold on. I'm pretty good.
I always end.
It does work with Pong, though.
Does it really?
No, it
though?
does. No, it does.
It's all a placebo.
It's confidence.
I really don't, man, because I'm pretty damn good Pong players completely sober.
Well, me too.
It's
Yeah.
placebo.
But I'm
You know
Hall
what?
of Famer
I
when
think we have to find out.
Yeah.
live stream.
Also, somebody commented, I'm sorry that I forgot who commented, me versus you cosplaying Revolver and Soulburn.
That
I'm
was
in.
so dope.
I'm in.
We should do that. Should be a Phil Ork video right there. We
I
should
know.
make
I
that
got
Teaching me and Pete how to duel while in college.
Hey,
I've
you
got
have one
two good cosplay friends, Christina and Nina. I can reach out to them. They can get working on the costumes.
We could
That
cosplay a
sounds
whole.
expensive.
We could do a whole
I got
series.
the money. I don't have the money. I'm kidding. I went into debt to buy that poster. I didn't actually go into debt,
That
but
beautiful, beautiful painting.
Yeah, it is- it
we're
is.
looking at right here ahead of us.
It's insane.
yeah.
Like you guys could see it on video, but it doesn't do it justice until
It
you see it
doesn't.
really. in
Facts.
person.
Tonight was the first time I saw it actually in person.
Absolutely.
Wow. Oh yeah, that's true.
So I haven't been here in a little while.
It's been a minute. Yeah, it's beautiful.
It is.
I can't wait to see the D Riders one in there.
Yeah, that you say one.
I'm sorry to interrupt and go out of order. Danger Charizard, thank you. You are the 30th member, which
Back
means
at it, boys.
I have the last 2 times this has happened. I've woken up the next morning
And they're gone.
and I'm
could
down
happen
to like
again.
28 or
Could
27.
happen again.
At the moment, we have 30 channel members.
Which means
which means I have a new emoji slot, which means the hatless Pete emoji is on its way.
Woo! Hatless Pete.
That's my emoji.
That people were shocked.
Oh, God.
Oh, thank you,
let's
Danger.
go.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, guys. Means the world.
Hell yeah.
This is what I work for.
Wait, David said Pete and Cal dueling would be as good as Naoki versus the Knight of Hanoi.
That's a low-key
not a
shot. That's a
compliment.
That's
low-key
low-key shot
shot.
at someone.
She's shot at both of them.
Speaking of Davis,
Yes.
he donated another $2.
Thank you,
and
dude.
He said something I'm very excited about. Bowman's theme is the best in Sound Duel 3.
Yeah, I can. It's out.
I don't think you can play it.
Would we get copyrighted?
Oh,
Yeah, do not play
yeah,
probably.
I'm not gonna risk
This
it.
is
But look it up. Bowman's theme
awesome.
is amazing. Yeah.
One of the best themes of the show.
Yeah.
Melinda Phantom is here.
Oh, Melinda.
Melinda.
What's up, family?
I always see her in the Discord. I love chatting with her.
Great
Donated
gal.
£5.
Thank
and
you
said
so much.
Bowman versus Go. So we know how Bowman gets Earth. Not Yukio related. The Venture Brothers is a good show. Recommended. Anyone?
I've actually
Anyway,
read that.
great to see y'all. Good night.
Melinda, have an amazing night. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for coming by. Bowman versus Go from the sole perspective that plot hole or unexplained.
Yeah, it still felt
Of
very
getting-
weird.
Yeah. So just for that reason, to kind of patch things up a little
Yep.
bit with the
Yeah.
plot,
Absolutely.
I don't have a problem with that
Do
at all.
not.
Yeah. Thank you, Melinda.
Bowman
Great
could use an
suggestion.
extra win there under his belt.
Sure.
To have it.
Sure.
I think the Crystal Heart theory is probably the best.
Yeah.
But again, one line. Say one line about that.
Sure,
You
well,
don't even have
that's,
to do a
that's
whole
why
duel.
it made my
Talk
top
about
10 for unanswered questions, but it wasn't very high up because that Crystal Heart
It would have
theory.
been funny if like while in like Yusaku's like Playmaker's duel disc was like, hey, why did Earth glow
made, like, a
glow
weird-
on your back after like someone came up like as literally as like a joke, and he'd be like say something about the Crystal Heart in
Sure.
the way that Bowman spoke.
That's
you
all.
know?
That's all you needed. You
Yeah.
needed one line. That's it.
So
Instead of-
I broke into Soul Tech and I stole data of Earth. Boom, done.
Yeah.
I mean, any literally.
You don't even
anything.
need to animate the scene of him breaking
Nope.
into Soul Tech.
Just say it.
Off
Yeah.
screen. It happens.
Just those little things that can get annoying. It happens in every show,
It
but
does.
Shadowrun also commented and said Hatless Pete was as shocking as Revolver losing his visor.
That's true.
it was just as iconic as well.
Yeah.
I've been friends with this man for 17 years. I've never seen him without a hat until that moment.
Until that.
That's a complete lie, and you know it.
No, Pete even wears the hat like in the pool,
That's how
In the
they say
shower.
implying that Pete sleeps with his hat.
In high school, he got suspended 3 times because he wouldn't take his hat off.
Yeah.
No, in high school it sucked because we could not wear hats.
Yeah, that was annoying.
That was a college only thing.
So thank you for the donation.
Donos. Alex Verme is here.
Thank you,
Donated
Alex.
$2. Said video idea.
Okay.
Ooh.
How VRAINS was a reaction to Arc Vive.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Does it feel that way?
Does it
I-
feel
not
like
having
they
watched Arc 5?
Yeah, did they course correct that much with what they did in VRAINS that it feels like that?
You know, thank you for the donation, Alex, and for the video idea. It's probably not something that I would tackle because I
Is it
don't.
controversy.
Not only the Arc 5.
It's a difficult topic
the
to tackle.
crazy Arc 5 fandom despises me. I mean, they're the people that I feel like are going to show up at my door and like good night.
Yeah.
But like no, not in a good way.
No, that's what I mean.
You know that they really hate me. Not only for that though, I don't necessarily believe that it was that much of a reaction to Arc 5. The themes are different, but even if Arc 5 did really well, I feel like the
VRAINS
next
had to happen either way.
the next show might be so different. It doesn't really mean it's based off that show. I do think that there is a correlation between VRAINS' rocky start and the way Arc 5 ended. I don't think there's anything to blame there except just issues behind the scenes at the studio.
Right.
I don't blame Arc 5 for VRAINS' rocky start. I don't blame VRAINS for Arc 5's shoddy ending. I think there's a correlation between the two. I don't think either is a causation of the other one. I think the
Right.
causation
Okay.
is just the studio. Something happened. Maybe 4 of the employees just walked out, or they just weren't getting paid enough, or the
Right.
the funds weren't there. We're never gonna know. But there's definitely some sort of correlation between the two. I don't really view. I've never viewed it though as a. I know a lot of people have
Reaction.
as a more safe show,
Oh.
which I think that theory is maybe something there. VRAINS was a very safe show. Arc 5 was a very risky show that a lot of us felt didn't pan out nearly as good as it could have. From that perspective, I can kind of see them maybe making it safe, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think there's that much
Because
there.
I would say, like, I don't think they have to be similar for it to be considered a reaction, you know? Like, one
Mm-hmm.
thing happens and then another happens just because of it. They don't have to be the same, but
Right.
but
But it's a very interesting question,
it is an
Alex.
interesting no, but to your point,
Because a
though,
lot of people agree with that.
yeah, to your point that if a risky show did not do well, the reaction would be the next show to be
Needs to
safe
be
or
safe.
yeah. So in that sense, it could have been a reaction.
And needs to get away from the entertainment and funner side of things
Right,
and,
like, this
and
didn't
be more
work.
gritty and
Yeah.
serious.
Yeah.
So it could that's an interesting theory.
I mean, a lot of
literally
people,
happens all the time.
a lot of people do believe it.
It
I
don't-
don't think there's enough basis there for me to
You'd be
want to make a
using
video
a
on it.
lot of speculation to make it
Fair.
work.
Yeah.
I mean, TV shows do that all the time. They'll have an extremely dark
And
season.
it's like, oh, that
People are like, oh man, you know, this is kind of too dark, and then
Let's back up
it
a
goes
little.
very light. I mean, Walking Dead is actually
Yeah.
a thing that does that. It was very gory. People complained. They took out a lot less gore. They took out a lot of those darker moments that they had during the Negan arc.
Well, Sam told me with Code Geass, even though I loved season 1 and season 2, or R1 and R2, he told me with Code Geass that when the first season was airing, it was on, I believe, at a much later time, so they could get away with a lot more intense and
Right.
kind of adult
Yeah.
stuff.
Shows do that as
And then
well.
the show was just so popular that they moved it to a more prime time
they had to-
slot, and they had to kind of tone back
Yeah.
some things,
Yep.
which you can definitely see the different. Even though I still love the show, both seasons.
I'm excited.
but-
I'm actually gonna watch it with Sam really soon.
yeah, great show. But yeah, you know, it does happen. I mean, it happened with Game of Thrones, right? Game of Thrones was amazing, and people said, "Hey, this show is too good," and then the last season they just bombed it.
Yeah, intentionally. Like, yeah, things are just going too strong, and it's like the last season was a reaction to the success of the previous 5
You know what? Can I
or 6.
I need to just like speak on that for like a half second. They rushed that season because those two writers were writing the Star Wars movie,
Oh, is that really why?
and they left the Star Wars movie. So they basically rushed the season for no reason
Oh.
whatsoever.
Oh, yeah.
That
Well,
sucks.
yeah, it's kind of weird how they left the Star Wars
Yeah.
because they signed a huge deal to make shows over at Netflix over $100 million, but they had a contract already with Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
And then they want to be like, oh, we're kind of busy, like all this other BS. You knew you had those projects and you signed the Lucasfilm one before. That means that you guys didn't have the same creative vision.
Right.
How do you not know that before you bring those
That
people
whole
on?
team is a mess. It's
I mean, all the films they had,
Jeb is a mess.
they had the Ryan Johnson, whatever you think about Ryan Johnson. They had that whole trilogy planned, like that he was gonna have a trilogy that's gone. The Benioff and Weiss is now gone. Like there's nothing at the moment. So that's a whole other thing.
can't wait for the last movie though, right?
Yeah,
I
literally.
can't wait for
month and a half.
the Game of Thrones prequels that are gonna come out.
I think it was one of the highest, or it broke
House
the
of
record for the
Targaryen,
most
or House of the Dragon.
most pre-sales ever
Wow.
for a movie. Also, another thing, Game of Thrones, the prequel was canceled.
No, they are now doing a different one.
They're doing a different one.
I think
but
it's
the
like the
original
House
one
of
was
Dragon
done.
or something like that.
A lot
I
of
think it's
changes
all the
going on.
Targaryen stuff.
Ugh.
The entertainment industry is a mess.
Yeah.
Literally write a book and then do something on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Do you
I
need
agree.
that source material?
Source materials.
But thank you, Alex.
Getting back to the donos. Axe the Road donated 50 Mexican dollars.
Thank you.
And said, "Hi guys, I versus Revolver is my #1 duel I wanted to see. The dialogue and the clash of ideas/motives behind those two could have been amazing to see."
Dude, I think we've pretty much said.
Yeah, not much to add there,
Yeah,
but
he was
Axe-
yeah, great.
on point.
Yeah.
That's and those are the two things. The dialogue and the motivation is really.
I think we
what
all would
drives
want to
that.
see that for
Yeah.
sure.
The dark Ignis. I love when he says that.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I thank you so much, man, and I completely agree with you.
Yes.
Completely agree.
Nicholas Horton is here. Donated,
Nicholas.
donated
See ya.
£5, and he said the chess pieces versus Team Playmaker could have been one of the final duels of season 3.
It
Yeah.
could have been,
Yeah.
but what happened?
What happened to the chess pieces?
They
No?
wrote
Hey.
Soul Tech out.
Yeah.
Then they became
The tech-
like
the
Kings
tech
of
out.
Soul or whatever, and
Freak the freak out.
They-
that is a
now,
throwback.
Pete met Victoria Justice over the last couple of weeks
Oh,
where
really?
did I meet her, by the way? I
in,
forgot.
in Philadelphia.
Wasn't it a
At the
Halloween
meat
party?
locker?
Hold on.
Oh.
No,
No,
we all
it-
know the meat lockers in Montclair, New Jersey.
Hold on, it might have been a Halloween party. Now that I'm thinking about it, you
Yeah.
might be right.
Right near Philly.
Yeah, because my old RA who now works down there went to the party and busted it, and Victoria Justice was there, and she said she was with you.
Wow, I guess I didn't remember that.
You
Well,
must-
it's Pete,
I mean,
so.
yeah, you must have been- jeez.
Oh Lord. Yes, Sam.
I think we all sing here.
Oh God, that if you get that, you know some stuff on the internet. Yes, Sam. Obviously, I wash my hats over the years. So I mean, duh. Yeah, I have my own actual hat rack that keeps the shape of the hats, and then you can put it into the washer, and then you let it air dry. Yeah. Who wouldn't do that over years?
You can wash hats?
Yes.
But you can't just like machine.
You can also.
It's a
hand
literal
wash
hat
it.
rack. You put the hat in it. It's like plastic. You clamp it down. It keeps the shape of the hat, but you can put it in the washer.
It's almost like a dishwasher, like the way that you would stack the hats.
That's
in.
interesting.
Or you can like hand wash it, which is just really annoying. But you also have to like lightly wash it.
You can't scrub it.
Also, my hats don't get that
Yeah.
freaking dirty.
And when you have enough hats, it's like you wear it twice in
And you're done.
2 month span.
Then you cut it out.
No, you don't cut it out.
Yeah, and you just
Cut it out.
oh Lord.
Don't know?
Yes. Can I get that look from Dylan? It's time for a dono. You
I
donated
was staring
$2.
off. Thank you.
It said most meta decks are kind of like Blood Shepherds.
Yeah.
You would hate playing the game.
Kill me to locals. You won't make it 5 minutes.
Oh, that seemed more like a threat. Or a promise, you could honestly say.
I'm kidding, my man. Put it there.
I got you, dude.
Thank you, for the donation.
Nicholas Horton donated again £5 and said, the second part of my previous dono, with Queen as the leader and the final chess piece standing.
You know I'm down for that.
And then you get the Queen versus Playmaker duel. There you go.
I get what I want.
Love
I
it,
get
Nicholas.
Queen, more Queen.
Yes. Thank you, Nicholas.
Always need Queen.
Always need Queen.
Now, was that like her actual VRAINS avatar? Would it have been a different outfit?
Great
if
question.
She dueled,
We never saw her in the real world. Oh, no, we did on the show.
lab
We
coat.
did, but
Yeah.
Was she also in the lab?
Yeah,
coat?
she was in the lab. Yeah,
like,
you're right.
That's her look.
Yeah.
Like, what? I feel like it would have been more if she was in more duels.
Well, there was a scene where we saw Queen as a chess piece.
What?
Yeah, where we saw all the chess pieces.
Well, yeah, the
addressing
six.
Akira.
The 6 at the beginning. I think that was literally episode 1, right?
Yeah.
It's also driving me crazy. Can someone let me know what episode
The truck.
Kusanagi was driving the van that he was in opening in season 3?
It was after one of the duels.
It was, I think, literally one of the
Oh,
beginning
it was
parts
after one of the
episode.
duels.
Like, please comment that.
You're
Thank you.
such an asshole.
We'll get back to that.
Oh,
Goose
it was-
donated $2.
Goose!
It said, top 10 subliminal scenes in VRAINS, number 1.
Strip
strip
club.
club.
Yeah, dude. I want to go to that strip club.
Let's do it.
Have you
Now-
ever been to a strip club?
No.
I'm surprised. Have you ever been to a strip club?
Only to get actual money for work.
So I want you to answer honestly. Have you ever been to a strip club?
I guess that implies yes.
Let's try it again. Have you ever been to a strip club?
You have to say yes.
Yes.
Have you ever been to a strip club?
Yeah.
In what context?
My uncle's bachelor party and my 21st birthday.
Did you ever pay for a stripper surprise?
Can you define what that means?
Can you?
First of all, I've never been to a strip club, and I know what that means, and you don't.
Next dono.
I don't know. I don't think you know what that means.
All right. Well, now I found the next conversation for the next After Dark podcast.
And for what it's worth, just because I like waifus a lot doesn't mean you can be surprised that I haven't been to a strip club.
That's
I just
not
like
very
waifu.
Well, I didn't say I was surprised, did I?
Yeah, you did.
No, well, that was my subliminal mind talking. I apologize.
Yes. Colin, thank you. Episode 112, after the opening, is that truck scene.
Okay.
Thank
112.
you.
I'll write that down.
Write it down.
Driving me freaking crazy. Dylan, can you become the king of games?
Yeah.
Matt asked
He
you.
already is the
course.
king of games.
Red Eye said GTA strip clubs. Dylan's been there.
We've been there a
We've
lot.
all been
He's
to a lot.
murdered a lot of people there.
A lot of. Strip clubs.
Remember,
We've all been to GTA. strip
Remember,
clubs.
when
Yeah.
you're getting a lap dance, you can't touch them too much because then the guard comes back to kick you out. So you have to time it right.
Right.
The GTA secret.
There's a meter there, and
Yeah.
you're like, oh.
Dylan knows that all too well.
No, GTA 5 is a great game.
And if you do that well enough, you can take him home.
You're sick.
Am I lying?
He's not lying. If he's lying, he's lying.
You ain't never lie, bro.
You ain't never lie.
Next donation.
Underdeal 88 donated $2.
Thank you, Savvy.
Where did your Luigi's Mansion's live streams go? So those are not posted?
No, they are. So what I do with my Luigi's Mansion live streams, what I'll probably do for Sword and Shield, since my channel is still
Yu-Gi-Oh, everything.
I think I just had a stroke. Since my channel is still mainly focused on Yu-Gi-Oh content, even though I'm going to be doing some more video game streams, especially when Sword and Shield comes out, when I finish those streams, they need to get published. So I unlist them. I put them in a playlist called Luigi's Mansion 3 playthrough. If you scroll all the way down my channel, you will go see my playlist, or just go to my playlists. You'll see the playlist that says Luigi's Mansion 3 streams. Click it. There should be 2 videos in it at the moment, and that's how you can watch my Luigi's Mansion 3 videos. So that way
It's
they
separate
don't...
from...
Yeah, and like while I'm live, people can see it, but then they won't get posted to people's subscriber feed.
I see.
Because there's probably a very small percentage of people subscribe to me
They want
that
to
want to
see
watch, Luigi's
So
Mansion.
if you have to go to the... For
That way
just
people
to
won't see it,
clarify,
because what happens is
you have to go to
people
the
see
playlist.
it, and I'll get 70 people unsubscribe from my channel.
Right.
So unlisted, it doesn't blow up people's feeds in the subscriber
But
feed.
you can search it.
But you can still watch it. It's still on my channel.
It's, you just have to go to the playlist.
Go to my channel, go to my playlists. That's where you can check it. Great question, though, Sammy.
Yes.
Thank you for the donation.
Yes, and that was good, a good PSA, actually. So
Yeah, that was great.
Thanks for asking.
Thank you.
I would do that similarly when I post videos or something that maybe came out a long time ago, but I wanted to cover it and kind of fill in that gap if anyone wanted to go back and watch. Let's say like an old episode that came out 3 years ago that I'm reacting to.
Right.
I'm not going to really post that because what's the point of losing the subs when you first post?
Sure.
And who's going to really watch that? What kind of
But
video
if they want
traffic?
to go back... And
But if I have that in a playlist or somewhere unlisted and I don't actually post it on the page, then it's there.
Yeah.
So I like doing that.
That makes sense. I like that.
Yes.
I didn't realize that was a tactic.
Yes, it is. Patrick donated $2.
Thank you, Patrick.
I said, hey, I'm a fan. How about Revolver vs. Bowman? Well, that was my number one.
Also welcome.
So
Yeah.
I agree with you, Patrick, and welcome.
Yeah, really interesting that... Because we were
How
like,
about
oh,
that?
that was a rare pick.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Not only was it a rare pick, it was someone that I actually am not... Patrick Karanji, have we...
I don't know.
Yeah.
But Patrick, thank you so much, man,
So
for the
it's awesome,
donation. And
yeah.
that
And
is
see,
an awesome
great minds
pick.
think alike. That's why I was here to read these donuts.
Wow. It was meant to be.
It was meant to be.
It was meant to
Star-crossed lovers right there.
Star-crossed love.
Dill.
Romeo and Juliet.
Dill, while you're doing that, Div Z, did you know that he donated $2?
I did not. Dibsy, thank you so much.
And he said if what, Sawatori?
Salvatore?
Is that how you say
This
it?
is Shingo Sawatari, Arc
Okay.
5.
Can almost
Oh, that should be
OTK
there.
Zark. Why can't Naoki?
Yeah, that's a good point.
That is a great point. That's right, Shingo did almost OTK Zark. That Zark duel, man. Whew. It wasn't that bad.
Oh boy.
But Zark as a character, the duel was a very... Again, Arc 5 took risks, and I can look back and respect it for that. That duel was a very unique setup. It was a very unique duel. I respect Arc 5 for that. But yeah, Shingo
That's a good
Sawatari.
idea.
Shingo honestly had a really good performance against Zark. But I think Shingo was a little more of a legitimate duelist than Brave Max was, in all seriousness. To your point, though, if Brave Max came across someone like maybe a Bowman or a Windy, I think he probably had a chance.
I have to just stop you for a second here.
Sure.
We've had a couple of comments here from Alex and also from Red Eye saying a strip club vlog should come soon to you know everything.
That'd be brilliant.
Could you imagine?
You vlogging from a trip.
I don't think you're allowed to record in there.
No, you aren't.
You're not allowed to
not.
record in there.
That's if
So-
they know.
Yeah, so I'll wear glasses and I'll wear a camera on my
Yeah,
glasses.
Google Glass, bro.
Ooh.
Wait, get Google Glass to sponsor you. Send you Google Glass.
Dude, I would never. I don't think I would ever go into a strip club. I mean, Pete, I respect your decisions.
I love that you forced him to say yes and then call him out for it.
Oh, Lord, help me.
Thank you.
Heaven above.
Thanks.
My God.
Wow.
Also, some people are wondering, Dill, they want an explanation on what a stripper surprise is.
Yeah,
you want to explain that for the audience?
We're going to save that for the next After Dark.
Okay.
Fair.
Fair.
Hey, someone or all of you write that down and
You
call
make
him
sure
out.
you
Make
remind Dylan.
Yeah, remind Dylan.
We have the title for it, Cal and the Strip Clubs. That's what
Beautiful.
Can't wait for all the fake stories you're gonna make up about
Take your nap, ask your, would you say that Zark is a friend?
It hurts me to say that the Zark stuff was a little underwhelming because Zark is a friend. No, Zark was interesting.
That's a way to look at it. It's a way to say it. It's a political way to say it.
I was gonna say, someone with some editing skills should take either a picture of, Pete or Calibro, maybe dress a little nicely, throw them right in that strip club.
Yeah, tag us on Twitter.
Oh, please do.
Right on
Someone-
the boat strip club.
Yeah,
Oh,
tag us in that scene. That actually,
We're
like somewhere in the
background members of the strip club
That'd be
scene.
fantastic.
That'd be really good.
Patrick came back and donated another $2, and he said, "How about Soul Burner versus Lightning?"
Thank you, Patrick.
Ooh.
Again, another great suggestion. Thank you for the donation. Soulburner versus Lightning. Yeah, Soulburner dueled Wendy. I think I would have liked to see that for the Flame and Lightning dialogue. I think it would have been
It'd
interesting.
be very interesting.
It also would have been maybe cool if Soulburner was dueling Lightning when Wendy came out and infected Flame and basically killed off Flame, and Lightning saw the whole thing and maybe laughed it off.
Right, yeah.
Which I think would have really shown how twisted
salt
Lightning
in the
was.
wound for,
I think it
Soul
definitely
Burner.
could have worked.
Yes, I agree.
And then while the Soulburner Bowman duel doesn't happen, you replace it with Revolver Bowman. There's a lot of ways you can write the show. And I'm not saying that these ways would have been executed or looked better than what happened.
Just
Yeah.
give
There's
ideas.
just a lot of routes that it could have went,
Yeah,
which is cool.
for sure.
Any show. It's cool to talk about it.
I mean, one of my honorable mentions was Aoi versus Kira.
Yeah.
I think somehow, if that was done brainwash-wise or whatever,
Could have been
or
powerful.
just Akira being a puppet of Soul Tech, I think that could have been very interesting too.
Could have been powerful.
Well,
Yes,
he didn't. Did he always know that Aoi was Blue Angel?
Yes. Yes, he
He
did.
always knew.
he
Okay.
knew. He was there.
And so did the Soul Tech Uppers. Remember Bishop called him in and was like, "We know your sister is blue." And they that was another plot point they just forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like,
The
oh,
Bishop?
They left a
shit.
lot of things
You mean
on the
Blood
editing
Shepherd, right?
floor.
Yeah, Blood Shepherd,
Yeah,
Bishop.
the
That
cutting.
theory worked. You're
Davis.
It was so good.
thank you. I
It was.
appreciate
It was.
And you can't even just say just thank you, though, because someone did email you that.
Oh yeah, it wasn't.
Hey
it
man,
wasn't
just
fully
because
my
a theory doesn't come through doesn't mean it's not good.
I didn't think you were referring to the video. I thought you were referring to the video as a whole.
Oh, well, it was a good video.
That's what I was saying. Thank you for.
Oh,
I wasn't
okay.
taking
I'm
full
sorry,
credits
yeah.
for the theory.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good theory, though.
It was
And
a
it was a
great
good video. It was
Yeah.
a good video.
Oh, thank
too.
you.
Don't take away from that.
Davis, donated $2 and said, "Calibro, important question, because this is one I'm asking.
Okay.
When's the mixtape dropping?"
Davis, asking the real hard hitting questions.
All right. So there's no mixtape.
Caliber,
These
rap live
songs.
for
These
us, dude.
songs.
Yeah.
No.
There we go. Round
These.
five.
That's a different filler arc episode. These songs are actually, I think, a couple of them are like 2 years old. I think the Snora is the oldest one. I think it's like 3 years old.
Snore Bora, baby, what's
goody?
goody?
What's goody? Yeah, I think those are old. They're about like 3 years old now. So I've kept them in the dark, and I don't know if I'm ever gonna like actually release them, but maybe I'll hop into the Discord if I can figure out a way to link it, and I'll throw it in there.
I mean, I'm
that's
hungry
good.
for new content. I want you.
Well, I was telling
saying
Dill.
bars,
I was
man.
telling Dill I might try to put some stuff together here because we have a lot of the equipment and I have the music stuff on my laptop.
Sure, we could do it.
So with the microphones and everything, I might be able to put some stuff together. Maybe whip up like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything theme or something like
Yeah.
that.
That's a good idea.
How about, because the opening goes like, da, 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 but how about instead of that you just go ba 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 ba, but you like auto tune it to make it sound good.
Can you do that again?
No, I can't.
That was someone clip that, please.
Well, that was the
Okay,
Yu-Gi-Oh
okay.
theme, just the remix, the
Well,
beatbox.
no, but I don't.
Because you
I
beatbox,
want to.
don't you?
No, I don't.
That sounds pretty good to me.
Thank you. I just think we could come up with something, a nice little original, like 30-second
yeah.
theme.
I'll make the beat.
I would love it. It'll be
You
my
can do that.
outro.
Yeah, you know how kind of Lil Wayne does Undisputed's theme? Very similar to that.
And we can play it for the start of all these streams.
Yeah.
That'd be
I
good.
You can do it for all your videos, man. Or you could just end your videos on a fade out. Of
And no, because while that theme's playing, because it'll be for every live stream.
That's how we're setting
It'll
up
be-
and we're getting
Yeah,
ready.
it'll be me like on the computer, and then it'll freeze frame. Dylan will flash across the screen. It'll be Nick T like playing guitar. He'll look up Nick T.
Yeah, we look at
Yeah.
He
that.
like.
Why? That is so fucked up.
Why would that be it? Why?
Everyone gets something cool, like all our interests and stuff, and then we,
walking into the Dublin house.
hey, that's a good one. But what the fuck?
I was just cut down.
Oh,
okay,
my
man.
lord.
Sorry, man.
And
Apparently
next
that's your only
donut.
interest in life.
Apparently,
But
all
Davis,
I
I
do is work.
might think about setting it out
Going
so if
to-
you guys really want to listen to it.
Yeah, you should. I'll release it on my channel.
Except maybe Snowball.
No. The only one that would release would probably be Running.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What if...
No, none of the other ones would.
What?
No, On My Mind could work, though.
I'll
did
have
that
to
one you
re-listen
did-
to it and
So
make
did
sure.
that one you did with Tim?
No, I can't. No. It's his fault. It's the only reason I can't do
There's a
it.
few, yeah.
I get the most miserable. That's my opening shot.
Next time.
Like everyone gets cool opening shots. That's my shot. I'm like the character that's always getting beaten the shit out of in the training sessions in the opening.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
No, that obviously would not be your shot. Your shot would be.
I'm gonna cry.
I'll think of your shot.
No, you're done thinking about it.
It could be Pete choosing a hat.
Oh, that would be good at
It's all the
lids.
hats?
No, in his closet.
Oh, yeah.
Davis Enos donated $2.
Hey,
Davis.
Davis.
Never got a playmaker and soul burner eating hot dogs like an opening two.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
That was a big letdown for mine.
And they
That's
probably got them complimentary from Kusanagi because he doesn't run a good business.
Terrible business.
that ruined the show for me, honestly. That shot was one that really symbolized, I thought, the growing bonds that Yusaku and Soulburner were going to have. And to think that we never got it, it just makes me think that their whole friendship was not really real. Because nothing says friends more than a long sausage between two buns. And I don't think that...
Sean Polly donated $10 and he said, I'm glad I got to make it to the stream. It's my birthday today.
Sean!
It makes me happy that I get to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! With you guys every now and then, so thanks, guys. Here is a small tip.
That's
Sean,
so nice.
Sean, right? Sean,
we wish you happy birthday in the chat, but happy birthday
Happy
again.
birthday.
Happy birthday, dude.
Happy
Come on.
birthday, dude.
Happy birthday to you.
Clap, clap, clap.
Happy birthday to you.
Clap, clap, clap.
Happy birthday, Sean.
You nailed that.
Happy birthday to you. Sean, we love you, man.
won.
Thank you for very generous donation. Thank you for that very generous donation, man. Seriously, though, thank you and happy birthday, man. I hope you have an amazing day.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for making us part of your birthday. It's awesome.
Oh, Lord.
Wait, are we going to get copyrighted for the happy birthday song?
No, because it's
now
in public
public
domain.
now.
Oh, okay. Whew.
We are.
Thought we were going to have to call Uncle Wayne for that. He's a lawyer, right?
Yeah, he's a lawyer.
okay.
Yeah, imagine.
That's what I thought.
I would hire.
Would you trust that guy?
No.
I already have.
Explains why you're on trial.
I'm on death row right now.
Rex Kendricks donated his Colombian pesos, and he said, how did Yusaku know his last name and didn't look for his family using Fujiki as a clue? Or was Fujiki just a made-up last name?
Thank you for the donation.
Great.
Yeah, great
Something
great
that
question.
no one ever really brings up. Like at all.
Yeah, but also, like, what if Yusaku knew that his parents were dead? That's why he didn't bother looking for them.
But there's no one else? No grandparents and uncle? I mean,
His whole family line's dead. He's the last one. Never,
Last-
that might not be the case. Honestly, Rex's thought of it being a fake last name holds up just as much as that thought does.
Yeah.
And that was a major letdown of Yu-Gi-Oh!
You're
VRAINS.
getting nothing from him.
Getting nothing for him.
Yeah.
It was on the unanswered questions, pretty high for us.
Yep.
That will be very high on my disappointments list. That was something they absolutely should have taken 5 minutes in an episode to go over and talk about.
Yeah.
Not even 5 minutes, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Where he can talk about how he lost his parents and how much that affected him. And
Yep.
It could have just simply been another car accident.
Sure.
Everyone else's parents died in a car
Yeah,
accident.
it doesn't even need to be creative. Sure, that's a little lazy, but at least we get it. It's
Yeah.
better than nothing.
Yeah.
Better than nothing.
So
That's what I mean.
That
Like,
was a mistake.
that could have been like the worst way to kill them off in the fact that had already happened like 3 times, but at least that would give us the background.
Yeah,
Yusaku,
I agree.
as the main character, had no background.
I agree.
And like Shadow Realm said, Yusaku an orphan. Even say that.
Yeah, even say that. Make that
gives
clear.
that gives a great background because it's like then he really doesn't have anyone.
And it's not even like we can assume he was an orphan because Spectre was an orphan, but that got talked about. That got discussed. So the
Baxter got
precedent,
more backstory.
the precedent was already there in this show that we're going to talk about this character's backstory and where they came from if they're an orphan.
Yep.
That was the backstory that Spectre gave us.
Right.
The precedent he set. How do you not touch on that with the main character?
And I feel like
How?
I feel like Yusaku being an orphan, if that was the storyline, would have worked very well with the connection to Go.
Yeah.
Because didn't he work with like all those kids and everything like
Go
that?
help the orphans. Yeah.
And
sure.
that would have been a perfect way for him to be like, remember when we all thought that Go might have known who he was?
Yeah.
There's your connection.
Yeah.
Right?
That would
Boom, 1, 2, bang, connects all the dots.
Yeah. They messed that one
Whoa,
up.
how does I missed that part? How does Go connect?
Because
So,
Go worked with the orphans.
Go worked
Yusaku
with the
was-
orphans, with all the kids.
He was an orphan.
And if Yusaku was an orphan, and remember how we thought that there was a chance that Go already knew who Playmaker was when he said he was going to give up his identity? That all could connect it.
Yeah.
And that answers a lot of questions.
Rex, definitely a big
nah.
can of worms
Nah.
anytime anyone brings that up. Thank you so much for
I
the
like that.
donation.
And I've never thought the possibility of Fujiki being a made-up last name, but that holds up, like you said, as well as anything else. So I think that's a really interesting thought.
It's possible.
I like it.
Goose donated $2, and he said no tournament arc or quote fun duels to relieve the tension.
Yeah.
You're right.
Goose. Great point, man. Great point. That's
The old tournament arc.
a negative
It is
for me.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the tournament arc. What?
No, you're good.
As much as the not tension relieving duels.
Yeah,
but,
Yeah.
fun.
yeah. But thank you for the donation, man. You're the best.
The homie.
Bam donated $2 and said just got off work. Glad I could see you guys.
Oh, bam,
What's up,
Brian.
Bam?
Homie, dude.
Dude, we love you, man. Thank you so much for donating. Yeah, you're incredible. Thank you, dude. Hopefully
Always
work
sticking
was
around. That man.
Dude,
good. Yeah, he's great.
he's the bomb.
Nelson Bell donated $5
Nelson.
and said, "So which version of Go versus Blue would you want since they had to duel before episode 1 since they were ranked 1 and 2 before the Hanoi ended the matches?"
Yeah, Go versus Blue Angel. That would have felt the most natural to me.
I think after they both lost,
Yeah, right
would
after
have
they
been
both
the
lost.
perfect
Yeah, first
time
iteration of
to
Blue Angel.
really get more
After-
insight on both characters.
Playmaker versus Revolver happens.
Yes.
Then you have that recap, and then you go into Playmaker versus Ghost Girl. Between that recap and Playmaker versus Ghost Girl, that's when
Get
I
rid
think
of
you
the
have
recap.
that Aoi and
You
Go
get
duel.
rid of the recap.
Sure.
Yeah.
Although I think Aoi and Gold should be 2 episodes.
And version-wise, I want the original Go. I don't want whatever.
Oh yeah, the original
No,
Go.
yeah, I think
The original.
Original
I'm
Go
probably-
and Blue Angel. It makes the most sense if it's Blue Angel.
Maybe
to me.
Blue Angel, yeah.
As much as I actually.
When
prefer
Definitely
Blue
not
Angel.
Blue Girl.
No.
We're not picking that part.
When I think of that duel, I think of them in their like season 1 outfits. So that's why I picked them. Yeah.
I agree.
But thank you for the donation, Mr. Bell. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I would like that a lot.
Mr. Bell.
Mr.
Bam came back and donated $10.
Oh, wow.
jeez.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
he said, "Pete, you're an amazing person." Oh, thank you so much.
That's so,
And Nick T, you're one
What
of the
the heck?
nicest people.
That's
Cal,
fast.
so cool that Ice is jealous. And
Wow.
And he said,
okay.
and he also asked, "Where can I find Runnin'?" So I can
yeah,
just
so
put
there's
that.
another one.
oh, so I guess we did touch upon that. Since
Yeah.
Dylan, you're a light in the community and a caring person, and then hashtag best girl Kate.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Yeah, Bam,
Touching
you're the
all
best.
Bam, thank you
bases
very
there.
much.
And again, I'll try and see if I can find a way to link me. I might have to like upload it as a private video.
Yeah.
And then I can put
You
the
can
link
send
there.
files in Discord.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Unlisted video and then just put the link. Yeah.
I don't have like the MP3 file like saved on my phone or anything. I don't know how to like.
I have it saved on my computer. I can get it up like that.
It would literally.
And I'm running from the. Bam! Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, that
for
you're
that.
way too kind to say. Like,
Yeah,
these
thank you
things.
very much,
Yeah,
guys.
that's-
That
And
very sweet.
that's a pretty generous donation as well. So
Yeah.
thank you so much, man. Yeah, you're great. You're like a beacon of light. So you always make my day better. Thank you so much, man. You're incredible.
One of the great
Awesome.
community
Can't wait
members
to
always.
meet you at some point, man. Great dude.
Yeah, we gotta make that happen.
I think it's happening.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He may be
Right
coming
after
down.
Dis- yeah, right after Disney.
Ooh, I like that.
I'm
I
so
like that
excited.
tease.
That's when I'm in New Orleans.
This
isn't
one near
it?
New Orleans.
Bow.
Yeah.
Wow. That sucks. Well, Kate will be here. Don't worry.
So you get majority of the people.
They get the best.
You
The
got
people that matter.
yeah. You got 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5 ain't bad. Bam came back and donated another $5.
He was just gonna say
Damn.
follow-up.
I was.
And he
That's
said,
2 out
Nick
of 3.
T.
2 out of 3.
Have you heard any more songs for Initial D or watched any of the anime? So answer that for him.
First, no. It's been a busy week. I barely watched anything these past 2 weeks, preparing for yesterday and today. So I've been pretty behind. But I will. I promise you, because I actually really want to watch it. I've never watched any sort of car/racing anime, and it looks so sick, and it's probably gonna make me want to street race.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh no, it looks so dope. You have to watch. He sent me some trailers. It looks so sick. But I will. I promise. And I did. I think I promised you in our DMs, but I will. ASAP.
Bam! Thank you for the donation, man.
Also,
Oh,
he's
no,
not
there's more.
done.
It's the second
Oh,
half. He
oh,
just
Pete
oh,
and
oh.
Cal, what are your thoughts on this NFL season?
So
I'm a Jets fan. I'm so irrelevant that he didn't even ask me for my...
Exactly.
He knew the
the
question.
Giants really not going anywhere, but we have the most snaps played by rookies, so we have a lot of youth. Hopefully development goes well. NFL season as a whole, my preseason pick to win the Super Bowl and to win MVP, Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. They look phenomenal. They just got what's his name, Josh Gordon.
Yeah.
So now they have more targets, and I think, the season as a whole, I think, has been really exciting. Although a lot of injuries and stuff to pretty big names.
Yeah, a lot of big injuries. I've loved the season. I love the kind of parity going on in the NFC. There's definitely not a clear, I would say, front runner. The AFC is very clearly Patriots, and pretty much everyone else is decimated for the most part, or doesn't stand a chance. But the NFC, I think, is very, very stacked. As a Rams fan, I think we're in danger of not making the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
We're in probably the toughest division in football. I'll just say it.
I agree.
Prove to me why it's not.
Yeah, I agree.
Cardinals, obviously, as you've seen on Thursday night if you watched it, very good team. They're in last place. We're 5-3. Seahawks are 6-2, and the Niners are now undefeated. So, gonna be tough.
No, I don't think the Niners are
As good as the record says.
100% legit yet.
No.
I don't think they are.
No,
But they haven't lost.
But we could be easily 6-2 if Greg Zerline makes a field goal. So we'll see how it goes.
Sure.
We got a lot of easy games. We have bye this week. A lot of easy games coming up. So if you want to make the playoffs, you need to win those games. Dill, you want to speak as a Jets fan?
I have nothing to say.
And that will explain how the Jets have played this season. Dylan, he does want to know your thoughts on the EPL as a whole.
It's been exciting. Man, that Liverpool game today, though, that I was annoyed. Looked like they were finally going to lose, and then they score in the 87th, and I think the 93rd.
Yep,
it's annoying. Man United lose to Bournemouth. That's how the season's been. Well, we beat Chelsea a few days ago. So
I know.
Keep laughing, bud.
You still lost to Bournemouth.
We've beaten Chelsea twice this season. It's not even November 5th. But
should I go to the table? Or
no, we'll go to the head-to-head.
All right.
Yeah, let's go to the head-to-head.
All right.
Let me type in Manchester United versus Chelsea, the last two matches this year. Let's see how it went.
Well, I know that the last two matches they lost.
Oh, okay. There we go.
But the table, Man U is 10th.
Where's Chelsea?
3rd.
Okay. Strength of schedule?
Does not say.
Yep, exactly. There it is right there. So when Chelsea actually start playing good teams, we'll see what happens.
Okay. Fair.
I actually think I saw an article about that.
No, man.
It was in a magazine. It was
Liverpool are going to win.
It was in Who Cares magazine.
Oh, okay.
That was good. You did a good job.
Wait, if anyone...
Wow.
Shout out to Barrett Lenny. He actually no, that wasn't. He didn't message me to say that. But we had a conversation, I think, before we streamed last week, and he was saying he used to run 2 novelty Twitter accounts, and one of them was called Who Cares Magazine, and he would retweet things that he actually didn't care about and be like, amazing. Or something along those lines.
Maybe we'll do a sports podcast.
Yes. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah,
it would be.
It would be a lot of fun. Next donor, Patrick came back and donated $2.
Thank you, Patrick.
And he said, "Playmaker versus Queen if Soltech Arc actually happened."
Yeah,
this man is reading.
He's reading our minds.
He definitely submitted that before I said it.
Probably.
Yes, probably. And you could find out if Queen was his mom.
Sure.
Wow. Patrick, thank you for the donation, my friend. Thank you so much.
This man knows us.
He definitely knows.
Maybe he actually knows us.
Maybe he does.
Div Z is here.
Oh, Div.
Donated $2. Said Yugioh everything, revelations from the strip club.
Dude, if we could...
By the way, I'm not even kidding. This Soltech video is going to be a 4-minute video. I'm actually going to do a gag analysis video on this Soltech strip club.
Please do it, dude. Please do it.
My channel's just getting wacky. I mean, my channel literally is in the toilet right now.
Might as well just add to it.
Yeah, I might as well just add to it. Last 3 of the 7 days this week were the 3 lowest days in terms of total channel views for the last 365 days. Not having that daily content, man, it kills you.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much it would actually affect the channel. And now in the top 10 video that I posted today, which what?
No, I said shit.
Which is on a Saturday. Which is a good day to upload. Like it did okay, but definitely not as good as like top 10s usually do in the beginning.
Yeah.
And like that's because like the channel isn't getting as pushed in the algorithm as much because the daily views aren't there.
Yeah.
So like
You know what you need?
timeline.
Filler arc.
Was that gonna be what you're gonna say?
Exactly what I was gonna say.
I'm waiting till December, but I do have a Seto Kaiba theory coming out. Hopefully, this coming
You guys
weekend.
have the inside scoop.
Yeah, and that you know, hopefully I it's not even like if you look back at some of my recent videos, like some videos have been doing well, like 20,000, 25, 30. It's just that between those videos are like a week gap, and that's just been killing my channel.
Fair.
Happens, man. You just gotta
Yeah, I
weather
gotta
the
put up
storm.
daily-
I got weather the storm. Well, you know,
Daily filler videos.
I got and maybe some of you guys will know him. I haven't responded to his comment yet, but I got a message from Osvarito. I think he's got to be Osvarito Bezi. Hold on, let me type him in. He's got to be. He's a Beyblade content creator.
Oh, cool. I didn't realize that was a thing. I think that's awesome.
He has 277,000 subscribers. Jeez, he's actually really big. YouTube Studio alerts you if anyone over like 40,000 subs comments on your video.
Oh, really?
So yeah. So Osvaratu Bezi, doing really well, and he wrote this about the portrait video. I understand you. I just recently spent around the same money for an extremely rare Beyblade from the first generation, and it's definitely worth it when you can value the importance of it, such as this masterpiece. Keep it going, Dylan. By the way, I can share with you. I don't know much about Beyblade. That I got through a Beyblade. By the way, I can share with you that I got through a Beyblade hiatus a few years ago and survived, and probably we will face another one soon. But what I learned is you don't depend on the anime or even the cards. It is actually the passion you have for this franchise. So just keep sharing the enjoyment for this amazing series, and trust me, the community will keep growing. I can tell you I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh! For years, haven't seen VRAINS, but I still watch your videos, and that helps keep the duelist spirit in me alive. Greetings from Mexico.
Wow,
Somebody
that was really nice, man.
Yeah, he's got
That is
almost like
awesome.
300,000 subscribers, and I have to reply to him. But yeah, so like that's the thing. I know that you know it sucks now, but it'll be all right.
Yeah.
I'm not
Hey,
overly concerned. You do get down sometimes when you look and it's like, wow, it's.
But
it's
you have
bad.
to. You always have to think. This is the filler arc.
Yeah.
You never know what you're gonna get, and your expectations aren't for you to be at the top of the 365 days.
Right.
So
Right.
all in all, you just gotta have fun with it.
That's it. Well, that's what we're doing.
Right? You just gotta have fun with
I
it.
am having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
I'm still enjoying it, and I'm very excited for Yu-Gi-Oh! 7. And I think once Yu-Gi-Oh! 7 info starts rolling in,
You'll be rolling out more videos too, because you'll be excited to do them.
yeah,
You know?
yeah, I think things will be okay. It's just when you're in it, especially when financially views does.
Yeah, no.
This is a very big
For
part
sure.
of income.
For sure.
You get a little nervous now and then,
But at least there was an example, at least of someone that made it.
yeah,
through.
and I mean the people here in this community are incredible. And views really don't matter
I'll
to
just
me
start
that much.
making new songs and putting them on your channel.
And I'm running from the
And you got to think about it. They have to go in with the expectation that everything during this filler arc is going to be absolute garbage. And so when they get a kernel of light, of a diamond in the rough, then they can
Right.
appreciate why they're still here.
You're right. You're right. That's all. And you know what? I'm still having a lot of fun. I'm having a blast.
And that's
the-
all that
having a
matters.
good
The passion,
time, yeah.
that's what he was saying.
Now,
Exactly.
is that
Don't
actually
stop
all what matters?
that.
No. But, we'll say
Right,
that's all
right,
that
right.
matters.
I wish it was all that matters.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish you didn't have to pay bills or insurance or any crap like that. But you know, it sucks. That's life. It's all right. I'm having fun.
Why don't we just post viral videos from now on? Just political rants. We'll just put on the channel.
I am not.
Keep bringing
We'll
the
say
views.
any
super
political
controversial
content.
things like.
I mean, that is a way to get big, but no, I would never do that.
Do a video why I hated Arc 5. Here are the reasons.
See, like, and the thing that annoys me is if I made a video like that, I know it would do really well. I know it would get a lot of views.
Yeah.
But I always try to positively, besides the
Yeah.
Battle Beast arc, positively promote the show because a Battle Beast arc rant is coming very soon. But
I'm looking forward to that.
that'll be fun. We go back to the donate. Do we have any more?
We do.
Okay.
Bam donated $2. And he said,
Thank you,
hashtag
Bam.
Rip Dylan and Kate, Nick, a man of culture, waifu man.
Waifu man.
Waifu man.
That's actually going to become my Twitter handle, I think.
Waifu man. I
I'm
would
like a
that.
superhero.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm waifu man.
Waifu man. I like it.
You're
I
like-
like it a lot.
You're a combination of you and Calibro stealing other people's women.
I'm just
Underdeal,
telling- I'm just telling all the
88.
waifus.
Sammy.
Donated $2, said there's only one video there.
Yes.
So speaking about the Luigi
That,
shit.
when I was
Yeah.
on my computer
I
before.
typed to him, yeah.
Good,
I
good,
typed and let them know.
good. Thank you,
So-
Sammy.
You got 2 up there now?
Great gal. Yes,
Yep.
there's 2 in the playlist.
Good work, Cal. Bam came back, donated $5. Said Nick T, waifu, waifu Harima Master. Cal is the Harima Master of women in the New York, New Jersey area. Pete, favorite recent comics. Dylan, favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card from VRAINS.
Wow.
Dylan, you got a card?
I'm a waifu harem master.
Harem, no. Cal, you're a harem master of New York, New Jersey area.
Dude, Cal runs a harem. That's sick.
It's got to be Tapu Lagina Nabi.
Even a
No,
real card.
Favorite card of VRAINS.
While you're thinking of that, favorite comics lately.
Rival, bruh.
Been reading a lot of
See, that
Star
ain't-
Wars comics. So the new Snoke that came out, the Count Dooku stuff that's been going on the last few months. Haven't read a ton of comics lately. I've been pretty damn busy, and I've just been watching Black Lightning. Is the only thing in my free time. But yeah, that's kind of I have to really get back to a lot of comic reading this month. So that's my plan before Thanksgiving. So I'll keep you updated, man. You can always message me on Twitter.
Mine it's a card I gave away to some patrons actually a few months ago. Gaia Saber, the Lightning Shadow. It's a version of Gaia the I can't think of the actual name. Gaia the Dragon War. I'm literally, I can't believe I'm brain farting on this. It's literally one of my favorite. Gaia the Fierce Knight. Jesus.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, Gaia the Fierce Knight. The fusion is one of my favorites, but Gaia the Fierce Knight, I just love the concept of cavalry,
Gotcha.
and so that's my
weird.
favorite.
That's weird.
I think Yusaku used it in his starter deck, right? So that'll be my favorite. Thank you for the donation. What, is everything okay?
Yeah, and Bear's just going on, like every question he's answering with Uncle Wayne.
Hashtag Yu-Gi-Oh Waynes.
I like when he wrote, I wonder what Uncle Wayne thinks about this. That was good.
Jeez.
Bam, donated $2 again and said, one reason for Dylan not to go to the strip club, Kate.
That's a good answer.
That's a big reason.
Probably the only and main reason.
Yes. Now
Kate,
before
let us know in the comments what you think about that.
now Kate
You're gonna say he can go.
has been to a strip club, so she might not be that against me going.
She's a deviant woman.
So I
These
even
21st
bef-
century women, man.
even before I met Kate, I still would never have gone to a strip club. Unlike Pete, we have a little different taste. That's okay.
That's what I meant.
I respect
Killing
all.
me tonight.
I respect all the routes we as human beings go down. I don't have uncles that own strip clubs in your case, but
What?
I will say this. Yes, I would never go to a strip club, especially if Kate was not okay with it. Thank you for the donation, Bam. You're a great man.
What?
You said, huh?
You said,
Please,
who now?
please,
Is that out now?
Betcha boy.
oh, betch boy.
Betch boy.
Donated $2 said, just wanted to say love you guys.
And he said,
Oh.
Ooh.
like U-W.
You, betch boy. We love you, man. Thank you for the donation.
Love you, Betch.
We love you. I love you back.
Betcha boy. Rex donated his Colombian pesos, and he said Yoshida was confirmed for Yu-Gi-Oh! 7.
Don't.
True.
No, that is not true. We don't have literally anything on Yu-Gi-Oh! 7. Don't say that, Rex Kendricks.
Because
oh, my God.
he's a friend.
He's a friend, and I told him, you better not go near Yu-Gi-Oh! 7. That's what I said to him. I texted it to him.
No, what? Well, Barrett, what are you doing? No.
So, again, I will be making more Road to Yu-Gi-Oh! 7 videos. A big wish list, though. I want a brand new writer. I want a brand new director. I just want a fresh taste. No Shin Yoshida. No Ono, please. And I respect the work they've done, and I think they've done a lot of good things. I think they've done a lot of great things for the franchise. I just want to see something new, and it's nothing personal. I do want to just see. I just want to get a fresh taste. So I know what's going to happen. Yoshida will be the writer, and Ono will be the director. That's exactly what's going to happen. And when that happens, the very next day, there will be a video on my channel, why I'm quitting YouTube. No, that won't happen, I promise. Even if it is them, it won't happen.
We'll bring Shin on the podcast.
Yeah.
On the live stream.
If we
Shin.
bring Shin Yoshida on the podcast.
Oh my God.
that'd be
Imagine,
amazing.
I'd love to
That'd be
have
a
Shin
get.
Yoshida.
That would be a get.
Shin
I
Yoshida.
mean, how would you even orchestrate that?
I can pull it off.
All right.
Remember,
It's a filler arc, so you gotta do it now.
I'm not going to say which show, but and you guys know this and you've seen it, I have an episode
Right.
that never aired, that was part of one of the spin-offs.
Yep.
That never aired. It was an unaired episode.
And you know what you
I
do?
have screenshots of it.
You know what you do with that? You lean on those contacts to contact Shin Yoshida.
Exactly.
to get on
I
the
think
show.
I could get in touch with Shin Yoshida if
could
I
do it.
really wanted
Well,
to.
he's a friend, so it shouldn't be too hard.
Well, he is a friend, but we haven't. Yeah, he's a friend.
You drifted.
We've drifted.
Also,
He
yes.
changed his number and then didn't tell any of his friends, and he has to reach out to those friends before they find his new number.
Wait, that sounds really familiar.
So next no.
Sean, also, yes, I have read the Darth Vader comic after episode 3. It's excellent. I read that whole series, so thank you. Oh, Lord. Dizzy donated $5. It said, speaking of Zark, the new Perry Mole map?
Yeah, magician, right?
Yeah, monster got announced. That looks like a human Zark, but with the wings of a possessed Yugioh Zark.
It's a gorgeous artwork. Yeah, I've seen it. I don't know if the card is actually good, but yeah, the design is really freaking awesome. And it's cool that now we're at like the 20th anniversary. They're doing a lot of these cool sets and mixtures. I think Yusei and Bruno got like a monster together. I think Jaden and Ubel got another monster. Red Eyes and Dark Magician got like a monster.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it looks sick as hell. And it's just really fun what they're doing with the game right now.
Anniversaries are always good.
In
years.
respect to the anime, of course. So, yeah, that's awesome.
I like when they mix things.
Yeah.
That's cool. Bam donated another $5.
Thank you, Bam.
He said Cal isn't allowed to strip club because all the dancers go to him. It hurts the business.
That's true.
Like how Pete and Nick stay away from the topic of strippers.
I mean, you know.
Yeah, I don't even know what a stripper is.
I've never heard of that in my
No
life.
idea what it is.
Now-
I don't know if that's necessarily true.
Now you've been to strip clubs on multiple occasions.
His uncle owns one.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
But
So
no,
it's true.
So you're
Listen.
Caliber's a friend.
I just think, at the very least, he'd be approached by more than one stripper.
Of course he would. Of course he has been.
Um,
By the way, you're acting like this man has never...
first of all, whatever he's gonna say doesn't matter.
I really don't want to say
Any
it.
person in a strip club is going to be approached by multiple strippers in the strip club.
Now, before...
But
Before
you would get approached by multiple
Before
strippers.
you and the stripper start having some fun, do you get her tested? Or do you just risk it?
Well, yeah,
And from a personal point of view.
so I go in, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm strip club VIP, right?
I
So I go in, I
believe it.
say you. She gets tested 2 weeks later. The results come in, and then maybe I get a dance.
Okay. I never knew how strip clubs operated.
Yeah, that's how they operate.
God, I know you've been there a few times.
Yeah, once.
Well, what happened?
Barrett goes, Dylan can afford buying $1,000 worth of Yu-Gi-Oh artwork. Meanwhile, Uncle Wayne can't even afford Showtime.
That's so good. And like he puts Showtime in all caps, just the way it's, just like it's spelled out on cable. That's so good.
Listen, in college, I was an RA.
So you don't have that much college debt?
Well, and you get the stipends. I was an SA. It's 20 hours a week at the desk.
Oh.
Did YouTube. And I would come home on the weekends to deliver.
Yeah, I remember.
I had 4 jobs for 2 years in college. And now, I don't deliver anymore every now and then.
Now you've got the easy life.
But I have the hotel on YouTube. Well,
No, I'm just kidding.
you know, I've always worked more than one job. And if you save your money, you know, you can sometimes make maybe silly purchases like that. But hey, it's going to follow me
I
around
don't
for the
know
rest
if
of my
it's
life.
silly. I mean, you enjoy it.
I think I can justify it. And the way I justified it, a lot of people like to buy MacBooks. $1,500 how much did your MacBook cost? $1,500?
I don't even think it costs $1,000.
Wait, which one? Oh, it's the Air. Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah,
It's like
probably-
900.
Oh yeah,
like
no, I'm
that.
talking about the actual MacBook.
Like the Pro.
Yeah, $1,500, $2,000.
Yeah, just about. I think 18's like.
I always spend about $500 to $600 on a laptop.
Right.
That extra $1,000, I would never pay for. That's where it goes. That's my MacBook. Instead of a MacBook, I have that art display.
It's funny you say
and a
that
$600
because that was
laptop.
your exact.
Yeah, and that's how I was able to.
That's how
justify
you
it.
explained it to us.
Yes,
too,
I was with him and he's like thinking, he's like, well, and I was like, all right, you know what? That's actually a pretty good line of reasoning.
Yeah, when you said it was a good line of reasoning, I was like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Thank you, though, guys. You're all amazing. Uncle Wayne.
Oh my God.
Uncle Wayne.
I
is,
can't wait till we get to that one because we're gonna have a fun.
Oh Lord, Goose donated $3 and said,
Goose!
Y'all's initials seem like a band name, PNCD.
PNCD.
That's kind of sick.
Well, because PNC Art Center is actually a place, and then CD just sounds good because it's a CD.
Yeah,
So it all has synergy.
Yeah, it does.
But Goose, good job of putting those letters together
I
in a
like
good
that,
way.
PNCD.
PNCD. What would it stand for?
Pete, Nick, Cal, Bill.
Wow,
I
really?
think our mind immediately went to the first letter for some reason.
Oh Lord.
Thank you, Goose.
Pat Trick donated $2.
Thank you, Patrick.
And said Revolver vs. Queen.
I would love to see
Yeah.
it.
Another goal.
Yeah, great
No,
suggestion.
Revolver versus Mom.
There's a good chance that Queen was somewhat responsible for throwing Kogami before they turned it on Lightning for killing Kogami.
Yes. If they hadn't
So-
done that, then it would have been
Would have added more strength.
fuel to the
behind
fire,
Queen,
and it would have been
yeah.
like, hey, you.
Let's go.
You.
Yeah.
Let's go. You. And then 2 weeks later, she gets tested.
Alex Verby said this is turning into an After Dark stream. It
I
kind
mean,
of
it
is.
basically is at this point.
It kind of is.
Yeah, it really is.
It was a Saturday night.
This is what happens.
I know.
We finished the list about an hour and a half ago.
Well, it's, the lovely people, man.
Yeah, no, you guys are great. Thank you.
Rex Kendricks donated his Colombian pesos, and he said Wendy's partner didn't die in the car accident. He was sent to, and was it Iska?
Isekai?
Isekai?
Isekai? Isekai?
Ithaca. Come
Ithaca.
down to Ithaca. I got lucid dreams. I'm living on lucid dreams. Yeah, Franz Ferdinand. Thank you for the donation.
I think he actually might be onto something.
It could have worked.
Yeah.
I like his version right there.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Looking it up. Light Melody, the voice actor, donated $5 and said, I was drawing an older version of Ran Missy from GX when I realized she looks a lot like Aki, and now I have headcanon that they are somehow related.
I love it. Well, we know Blair Flanagan, the young girl from GX, was a cheerleader at the start of 5Ds, or a character that was her twin. So they're definitely, I mean, we know GX and 5Ds are on the same timeline. No one debates that. Or if you debate it, in one ear, out the other, at least for me. So yeah, I think that's cool. Maybe they're cousins. I'd like that. Thank you, Light Melody. I appreciate
yes.
it. Good luck with your drawing. She said she was drawing, right?
Yes.
Drawing, yep.
Isekai is a genre of fantasy anime where a character travels from the world they know to an unfamiliar one. Typically, someone from like the normal Earth to a magical place of fantasy or terror.
Ah, okay.
Cool. I
And
like
though occasionally happens in reverse.
So he died and went to heaven.
Or, yeah. Yes.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Hey, man, the more you know.
Heaven is fake. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Now that's a video right there to attract some views. Harrow donated some $5 Australian. And he said, I think something VRAINS misses with the duel were a few laid-back duels or duels that build character with no type of Rick, which is what we said.
Thank you for the donation.
Yep. Yes.
I completely
Not
agree.
having massive stakes on the line kind of would help with the flow.
Every duel was either life or death.
'Cause you gotta
or
build up to
your
that,
Ignis
you know?
is going to be ours.
Yep.
That's every single duel.
So
And
that is one negative I could say.
Completely agree. Thank you for the
Agreed.
comment and the donut.
Bam came back, donated $2 and said, Twist Dylan will become a stripper for the filler.
Please, dude.
That's you, not me.
Right, but someone's got to be in that chair.
Dylan's gonna dance for you.
Oh, you're gonna dance for me? Okay. Well, let me scooch on back.
We're gonna hit the bank, get some bills. Someone's gotta be in the chair. That was good.
Remember when I did it to the music in DK64 Candy's shop?
Oh, yeah. Wait, is there a video of that?
Who did you do
No,
this
there's not a
to?
video of that. I didn't do it to anyone in particular.
He did it to a chair, though, I think.
No, I did not do it to a chair. It was this music.
I vividly remember. He had a dance.
Dude, she was very sexualized.
Yeah, why were
For a
candies,
children's
What is
gongas,
that?
So,
What video is that?
Donkey Kong 64.
Yeah, 64.
Oh, Lord. So, I mean, you want to talk about...
Next
Gongas.
dono before, yeah.
Oh, man.
Before he popped up.
Matt Galaxy donated $5 Australian, and he said, only doing this because Sam, let's get huge. # blame Christy.
I don't
It's
even...
getting...
Wait, what is that?
I think I know what it is.
Those Australians, man. There's some inside joke probably going on there.
No, it's definitely an inside joke, and I think I know what it is. I think it has to do with Matt's Twitch. That was like Matt's catchphrase on Twitch.
Let's get
like,
huge.
Yeah,
I
we're
love
good.
it.
I think that was it. Maybe it's not, though. I might be wrong. Either way, Matt, you're a great guy. Sam, you're a great guy. Thank you for the donation. It goes a long way. I appreciate it.
Do you know it, though? The inside joke?
I think that's what it is, but I'm not 100% sure. Either way, it's all good.
All right. Underdeal donated $5 and said, since I'm not moving until May, I'd love to come on the podcast.
I think we touched
And
upon
we talked
that
about
last
that, I
week.
think, last time.
Yeah, you're more than welcome on. It would be cool if Yu-Gi-Oh! 7 starts in like April, and you could even come on like talking Yu-Gi-Oh! Whatever
Like
we'll
one of the
name it
first
for one of the first
episodes,
few
yeah.
episodes. Yeah, that'd be cool. But we'll definitely be in touch, Sammy. I'd love to just have
Please.
you on, talk about life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for the donut.
I agree. Goose donated $5. Said, I don't know if it's just me, but Nick T reminds me of Toby from Degrassi, a Canadian counterpart. One of my favorite characters. Nick T is better, though.
Okay.
Man, I grew up with Degrassi, man. I don't know if I can see you as a Toby.
I love Degrassi. I watched quite a bit of it. We actually, and
I don't know if I see you
I
as Toby.
appreciate you saying I'm better than Toby, but I do have to preface or follow that up with Toby was one of my least favorite characters on Degrassi. I hated Toby.
So you didn't like when he tried to get with Liberty after JT died?
Yeah. Yeah, he's a scum. Not only was he annoying, he was a scumbag for trying
Remember
to...
they got in that car accident?
Yeah, I do remember that. I love that you remember that off the bat that he tried to get with JT.
Yeah, bro. I was a Degrassi Next Generation fan. That was a big deal.
That was a big deal.
That was a big
But
deal, bro.
thank you for saying I'm better than Toby. At least I feel better about that. But the fact that I'm similar in any sense makes me just want to,
Makes you want to back.
Yeah, I don't see that. I don't see it at all.
Thank you. It's okay though. I still love
Do you
dearly,
remember
'cause-
the rival school?
Not too well.
Lakehurst.
What the fuck, dude?
Lakehurst.
Pete's our resident Degrassi
It's a great show.
encyclopedia.
I
That's a good show.
had a huge crush on Mia in that show. Do you know who Mia is?
Yeah,
Yeah,
then
that's
no
the
brother.
end of
I love.
That's
you,
where I
Brad.
first discovered her, as most people did.
I love you.
Huge crush on
Wait,
her.
does
Huge
anyone remember like the whole modeling episode where she like ended up like got propositioned by that old? That guy was definitely too old to be propositioning a high schooler.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
so uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well, that's what the show was made for.
Yeah, it's to make you uncomfortable. But she did it. Did she do it?
No, I think I don't remember.
I thought she did it.
She might have.
She got that gig though.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of stuff though. Yeah, because that's when she was going to the apartment with the other girl, and then she ended up leaving after a few times.
Great show though. I love Degrassi.
Man, let's do a podcast on Degrassi.
Yo, I would go back, way back.
Rex Kendricks donated his Colombian pesos, and he said top 10 best Yukio personalities. Go.
That
Top
is-
10. That's a whole video.
So top
Give me
three,
one.
Here you go.
Give me one.
Joey
That's a good
Wheeler.
one. Joey, yeah.
Joey Wheeler.
Well,
He is the one-
Naoki's got to be up there too.
Yeah, he'd be on there, but Joey.
Joey Wheeler's probably number one personality.
He is great.
I'm
Great
picking from
question, Rex.
Vrain's revolver at the moment, you say.
Fair.
Bam donated $2. Said Cal goes in Monday Night Raw as strip
I
clubs.
love it, dude. Oh my god.
Now, answer me a couple questions.
Yep. Nope.
Did you ever watch WWE?
Oh, absolutely.
Have you ever been to a strip club?
Yeah.
Have you ever not used a
Protection.
hamburger helper?
Why the fuck?
I plead the fifth. Next dono.
It's not the question so much that bothers me, but the way
It's the way he said
referred
it. It's
to
the way he
as
referred
the
to it.
hamburger
Yeah,
helper.
I
Yeah.
can't. I can't do that.
Oh my god, I'm losing it.
I will never refer to that as that.
First of all, you'll never be me. And second of
Okay,
all,
well, I forget your question. All right, next dono.
Shout out MacGruber.
Oh
I'm
man,
exhausted.
yeah, I know.
You know what's funny though? We did go to a Monday Night Raw right after.
We did.
Right after.
Me and him went to Monday Night Raw with Purple Shirt Guy.
Yeah,
we did?
and we did the Sunday.
Yes, that was just us.
What was that? Money in the
That
Bank?
Yeah, you were there too.
Was
Yeah,
that Money in the
us
Bank?
Didn't Dolph Ziggler cash his money in the bank when we went?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dolph
man,
Ziggler.
that's
Let's
crazy
go,
shit.
Dolph Ziggler, baby.
What did we go to? What was our
Money in
main
the
event?
Bank.
It was Money in the
It was
Bank.
us
Money in the
three,
Bank,
yeah.
yeah.
That's right.
Money in the Bank.
And then
was
Zach.
sick.
That's why I walked out with the shield.
Yeah, you walked out with the shield. We watched CM Punk get his head split open.
Yeah.
And then later that night on Instagram, his head just.
That's right. That was a mess up. Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Flamingo,
That dude
which
rips.
I'm very glad that you're donating. I'm
Yes,
hoping
I was
better.
doing
Oh yes, yes. I hope you're doing better, man.
Donated $3. Said, I wonder what Uncle Wayne's likes in the strip club. I don't know.
We're gonna have a.
Well,
I'm
we will
gonna-
ask him when we focus more on the strip club in the After Dark podcast.
We will
Yeah,
definitely have
Caliber's
Uncle Wayne.
experiences.
Oh my God, wait.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
making a note of that right now.
Yeah, we'll give him a call.
Right now.
He also asked, do you remember that time on the podcast where Pete and Dylan kissed?
I
He literally just wrote that.
did that happen?
No!
Oh,
Someone has to check the VOD. I don't know.
You know what? I don't.
I don't think so. I've never kissed anyone.
That's true.
Next to no.
Maglox donated.
It's wait, real quick. It's the meme where it's like, what if we kissed on?
What if we kissed
And then
in my
some-
Minecraft bed?
Yeah, exactly. It was like, what if we kissed on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything
That's
last
what I also said. Someone knows, like, what if we kissed in the XZ's overlay network? Because, you know, they...
Oh no.
Oh, Lord. Mac Alexi donated his 10 Australian dollars, and he said, so as long as you always save your money or are comfortable money-wise, you can make any purchase you want. If you want to buy a rock for $3,000, if you're living okay and can manage the money, good for you.
That's 100% right.
Now,
What kind of rock
the
is
rock
it?
is that referring to a rock that goes on the ring finger?
There's no way you're affording
No.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson for $3,000.
No, the
Maybe
rock that
you
goes
could-
on your finger.
Oh,
I mean, usually it's like $8,000 at least.
yeah, for a nice.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm just.
You're getting for $3,000. You're getting some blood diamonds. There's some shady
You
stuff.
need, if you're gonna make a purchase like that,
conflict diamonds are fine.
you need to have. If you're gonna make, if you're
Wow.
Matt, thank you for that very generous donation.
You just stop.
If you're gonna make a purchase like that, you need to have no debt. You need to
He's
have
got no money.
at least $1,000 in an emergency fund. You should have 3 to 6 months of expenses saved up as well.
Wow.
And when you have all of that set in stone, then I think making a $3,000 purchase on a rock is fine.
Right.
You also should be putting money into, a Roth IRA, investing it.
Is that what? Do you actually have a Roth IRA?
I will very soon.
I have a 4.
But yeah, I think that sort of speaks to his point about money management. You just sort of elaborated on that.
Yeah, money. There's a guy I watch. You might know him. Why can't is Dave Ross? Is that it? What's his name?
David Ross, the coach for the Chicago Cubs.
Dave Ramsey, older guy, South, lives in Nashville. He's the Dave Ramsey show, and he talks about money management. And
yeah.
I
heard of
his
it.
voice is so soothing.
Yeah.
And he's a very animated person, but at the end of the day, he's a very nice guy. And he doesn't give any crazy advice. He gives very just general
standard.
But a lot of times when it comes to money, it's very easy to not manage your money well.
Yeah, no.
And so it's helped me a lot, and I love his stuff. Listen to his stuff a lot.
Yeah.
On my way to the hotel, back to the hotel, when I'm hanging out in my basement. But yeah, he's got a lot of great tips for stuff like that, and it's fun listen. But yeah, that's how you can make a $3,000 purchase on a rock.
Have you seen that? Have you seen the? It reminded me of the Sphinx.
The stonks.
Oh, Lord. That's going though. I like that one. Next dono. Mac Alexi donated $2 Australian and he said, now go play Kingdom Hearts.
That's fair.
I don't know. I'm sorry, Matt. I just don't think I'm going to play it. It's just not really my cup of tea. But
Yeah, I agree with you, dude.
It's good.
he just thumbs down for no reason. Are you going to play it?
It's a good game.
No, it's very overwhelming, I feel, to get into it now.
It's not.
I respect people who play it.
It's like...
It looks fun, but I don't think that I have
It's
the
just-
time.
it
Not
just-
that I wouldn't enjoy it, I just don't
I
think
don't know. I don't think it really fits me. I mean, it's like also jumping into a TV show like Supernatural. Look how much work I have to do to
that's
catch
true.
up.
That's
This is
true.
ridiculous. I'm not doing it.
Do you have an update, by the way, on your first set of Legacy reviews?
Yeah, that's supposed to be coming this week. I'm
Oh!
Tuesday, Wednesday, so that's planning.
You heard it here. So Pete's episode 5 review of Duel Monsters GX5Ds will be
It
out.
should be either Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah. Some people were asking about that.
That'll be
Some-
Something to look
I'm
forward
excited.
to. Me too.
Bam donated $5. He's continuing
Dude,
his
he's
streak.
a
Bam.
legend.
Jesus.
Stream.
Oh,
It's
thank you so much, dude.
Funny as you say it. Legend has it that janitors hate Cal because floors are always wet everywhere he goes. Also, multiple women go to the restroom to clean themselves. I wonder why.
Oh my God.
And
Bam,
he donated $2 separately to say the floor is wet. He added
Right,
that.
oh, that's why.
Bam is getting
Graphic.
R-rated here.
I mean, it's basically after dark. It's
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah, I guess he's not wrong. Sometimes I carry around a towel just to help out the janitor.
Now, when you tried to sleep with Liz,
The one who peed the bed.
yeah, how take us through that play by play.
Next donation.
Have we gotten to that story? I mean, it's a very short story.
It
but-
Do you wanna
doesn't-
tell it?
No, it doesn't need to be said.
Yeah, I think you say it better than I do.
Not it. This is for a different stream.
All right, different stream.
round.
That's why it's yeah.
Different stream.
Patrick donated $2. And he said,
Could we
thoughts.
get her on, by the way? Do you talk to her anymore?
Thoughts
Go ahead.
on the Pyro Phoenix first regionals that I have.
Pyro Phoenix?
Who donated that?
And that was Patrick.
Oh, thank you, Patrick. Yes, I think he's talking about the Pyro Phoenix with the rarity. I forget, prismatic. There are cards in this box that potentially are worth like $300.
What?
Yep, prismatic.
Will you
rares.
get one? Probably not.
Oh, of course I won't. My pulls are horrible. I'm giving away one of these Chaos Impacts. I think you can see it. Yeah, you can see the top of it. I'll be opening one on a live stream at some point during this week, and I'll be giving one away as well. And I will be pulling the winner of the what's the box that I have to give away? Immortal Legends, Legendary Duelist, Immortal Destiny. I think that's it.
So stay tuned for that.
Fun. Stay tuned for that.
I'm sure you'll let people know in Discord or on the next stream or something like that.
Yeah.
Bam donated another $2, and he just said Flamingo with an exclamation point. So yes, we are very.
Yeah, we're happy to
Very,
hear
very
that, man.
happy.
We're glad you're doing
I
better.
actually I still have to answer Flamingo. But we had a short conversation. It was really nice to talk to him. Seems like a really chill dude. I'd actually like to talk to him some more.
And later
We're
on,
always here, man.
Bam donated $2 and said this one is for Flamingo. You're great stream. Yes. You're, like I said, you're always feeling down.
Yeah.
Stop by here. We're a bunch of nuts, obviously, as you see.
Yeah, we're crazy,
So
man.
at least get a laugh from us, and
We love hanging.
give you a reason to get through the darker days.
Sure,
Because
absolutely.
you
And
definitely-
you'll get through them, man. You will get through them. I know it's hard now. I know sometimes it seems like there's not a light at the end, but there is. There will be.
always.
Yeah. Much love, man. But until that happens, even after that happens, I hope you still, hang out here.
Yeah, and you got
and
four
enjoy. Yeah.
idiots to watch. So
Yeah, you got
what-
4 idiots, sometimes 5, 6, 7.
So.
Some great stories. Maybe we'll bring on Purple Shirt Guy.
That'd be insane.
If we had him on.
Scary.
Yeah.
Oh God. Jack Rhodes donated $5. He said, "Hey guys, how's it going? Do you all know the movie Hook?"
Isn't that?
Is that
about
like?
Peter Pan?
Is that like
Hook,
the Captain Hook?
Right? Yeah, I think
know.
it is. Wait,
Could
isn't
be
that
different.
with Robin Williams? No. Hook.
Reverend Horvenheat?
No, I was gonna say Robin Williams. Is it not?
Hook, 1991.
It is. Yeah, I have watched this movie.
Never seen it.
It's sweet. Yeah. Robin Williams is like an adult Peter Pan.
Well, that's cool.
Really
Yeah, it's awesome. It's really cool.
interesting.
Yeah, I love Robin Williams dearly.
That's
Yeah.
So,
that's interesting.
Sad.
it's a good movie. Yeah, he was my hero.
And at the moment, the last donation.
Okay.
Rex
beautiful.
Kendricks donated his Colombian pesos, and he said, since there are no Gundam comments, he said Evangelon is greater than Gundam.
Evangelion.
Evangelion is greater than Gundam.
It's great. I'm only a few episodes
And
in.
there's no one to back up anything on Gundam.
I-
Because Matt's not here to.
Yeah, he's been all right, Matt. Because I haven't
Nick T,
talked to him
you're-
in like a week or so.
You're a
I haven't talked
Gundam
with him
man.
for but same about with me. I've been
Yeah.
busy, but we haven't really chatted much this week.
I was doing
He's
okay.
at school, right?
He's at school.
Oh
He's
yeah, so
probably
he's
busy.
probably really busy with that.
Yeah.
It's getting
I'm
closer
gonna reach out
and
to
closer
him. Now that
finals.
you say that, I'm gonna reach out to him.
Yeah.
But Evangelion so far is really good, and I know the significance past mech anime that it has. Gundam is a legacy, and it's amazing. But Evangelion's more psychological.
Well, yeah, because Evangelion, you just hear that song and you just you.
Da, da, da,
Da,
da.
da, 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 dun, 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 da, 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 dun, 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 dun. I mean, you just hear that and you just there's something that happens inside of you that can only be described as when you realize you're becoming an adult.
Yeah, no,
It's very parallel to that feeling,
100%.
and yeah.
Did I tell you that I was at work like 3 weeks ago?
And you couldn't get me singing.
Oh
out
yeah,
of your
okay,
head.
I did
Yeah.
tell you. Yeah.
Which I did
I
not
believe
apologize
that.
for.
Yeah, it was
No, I
nightmarish.
totally believe that.
But no, Evangelion's great. It's hard to compare it to Gundam. They're very different.
Thank you for the donation.
As you were
But
saying
it's
that,
yeah.
you got 3 more donations.
Holy
And
Christ!
I want to look Caliber in the face that, look, we're not going to bed. Okay. Third to last donation. of the
I've had a
month.
piece of pizza since noon.
You're not eating. Bam donated $2. Said, Legend has it that Dylan's stripper name is Duelist69.
Is
Um,
there- what is
I-
it?
Confirm or deny?
I can't confirm. I also can't deny.
Ooh.
I like that. I like a little bit of mystery in there.
And the side eye too. The
Yeah.
way you,
I like that. I like that.
That was pretty sultry.
Vrains, wait, the past year, Vrains is a top 10 anime of all time? Oh, no. Well.
It's actually a great,
Great. It
great
fits
gift
great.
reaction.
That's great. I'm gonna use that when I do
Oh,
the
yeah.
video on it, either tomorrow or Monday.
Good, please.
Patrick donated $2 and said Godzilla turns 65 today.
Is that for real?
Wow.
That
yeah,
is actually
'cause the
so-
first film was what?
65 years ago.
1954, right?
That means I did not realize that the Blue Oyster Cult were that old, because obviously they did the song for the first Godzilla.
Go, go,
Go,
go.
yeah. Oh, there goes Tokyo, go, go, Godzilla.
great
And that
song.
was in the first. So Blue Oyster Cult is that old, wow.
That was in the original 1954 black and white Godzilla.
Yeah, and
That's what you're saying.
it doesn't really fit well because obviously the movie's in Japanese, but that song is obviously in English. But it's still, there's just some kind of classic.
For those of you who don't realize if he's kidding or not, that song is not in the original Godzilla. Nor is it in any. Actually, that I can't.
Of course it's in the Godzilla.
No, it's about Godzilla.
Yeah, it's in Godzilla. As he starts destroying the town, whoa, there goes Tokyo, go, go, Godzilla. As he's destroying.
That song's amazing now.
Yeah.
And it's from the 70s.
It's from the 54.
Oh,
Thank you for the donation.
I am
Patrick.
positive it's from the 70s.
Yes. I'm a huge Godzilla fan, so I didn't even think about that he turned 65 today. But, yeah, I love all the movies coming out. I'm very excited for Kong Godzilla coming next year.
77.
So, should be fun.
Kate said
Hell
that
yeah.
you sing that song you were singing before to help her sleep at night.
Which one?
Godzilla? Oh, no,
Oh.
Queen Just Thesis?
Bow now. Yeah, I do say that.
Apparently, it does help her sleep.
Yeah, it does.
Actually, it's a fantastic song.
Maybe not by Dylan.
I found a brass band version of it. It rips. It's so
Ama-
good. And they just
Amelie-
like shredded. though.
Amelie's cover of it is really good too.
Wait, shout out Tokyo Brass though.
Shout out Amelie.
Shout out Amelie, yeah. But for all these you into some like ripping instrumental music, I found that on YouTube because I looked up "Growing Just Thesis" 1,000 times because of you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Soul Exchange Music said, Dylan, you should review the 1954 Godzilla movie.
That would be the most random video I've ever uploaded in my life.
Filler arc,
Probably
man.
won't happen, but it's not a bad suggestion.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right, let's-
Comments. So 5 more
I
donations.
can't wait to read them back.
Oh
Jack,
my God.
Jack Rose donated $2. Said, good night, y'all. See you next live stream.
Jack, we
Good
love
night,
you,
Jack.
man. Good night.
Stopping by.
Thank you for donating. Means the world. Thank you for coming by. Means even more. Love
Patrick
you, man.
donated $2 and said, Gundam is a great franchise. Zeta is my favorite.
I know a lot of people
Or
whose
Zeta.
Zeta is their favorite. I haven't watched it yet actually, and I need to. I need to get back into the UC timeline, and then I'm gonna. But I've heard from a few people Zeta's phenomenal.
Bam donated $2 and said, Nick T's stripper name is Queen Slayer.
Dude, that is so good.
That's actually incredible.
I'm gonna get that tattooed on my neck.
Slayer.
Please get it. I'll pay for the tattoo if you get it.
All right, let's do it.
Queen Slayer.
Now you know what's kind of funny about that.
What?
What does Jordan have tattooed on her wrist?
A Queen of Hearts.
That works then.
So it's a
Wow.
double. It works.
the double on
It works for both my waifus.
But
Oh, Lord. Bam donated $2 and said, Pete's stripper name is Hats for Days.
Yeah, because you just keep
Ooh.
taking the hats off, and there's more that keep popping up.
hats on, hats off.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hats on, hats off, hats on, hats off. Let me tell you about the game. Stop messing with the fame.
Oh,
Good. Jack,
was-
throw the
oh
hat
my
above
God.
That
the
was
camera.
that was from a Madden game. I didn't make
Cal,
it.
Cal featuring Dill in the next
I think
track.
I think it's called Wax On, Wax Off.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not even
I
thinking.
think
And
it's like
Flamingo
9-10.
donated $5. Said, I'll always be here to watch when I can. You all are the best, and it can always entertain me. Also, I look forward to talking more, Nick.
Yes, I am sorry
We
I
love
haven't
you, man.
responded to you in like 2 days. I been really busy. If you were here, I've been in the studio forever.
We love you, man. Thank you,
Yeah,
Flamingo.
yes.
Thank you for stopping
You're always
by. I'm
welcome,
so
dude.
glad.
I'm
Always
gonna respond.
welcome.
We'll DM some more because you seem really cool. And he also has a great taste in music. Most of his Twitter feed is like 1975, and I think that's awesome.
It's going down, down, nigga, down in the city is
2 more
Exactly.
donations.
something like chocolate. Something.
You just mixed like two songs already.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Yes.
But I know 2 songs by the
Okay,
1975.
okay, yeah.
That's true.
What's the
And
one?
that
Oh my god,
means-
there's one
that
song
means
they
you're
have
hip.
that I actually love, and I heard it. It was right after it was right after me and my ex broke up.
I had a feeling that's what you were gonna say.
Yeah, and it was perfect. Now I look back and I'm like, oh, I don't give a shit anymore. That's when you. By the way, that's when you know that you're over someone. When like if you were told like, oh yeah, by the way, like you're ex is with someone else. They're like in a relationship. It's like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, of course.
Or like, hey, they
Good for
passed
them.
away. All right, whatever.
Oh,
That's how you know you're
Bow.
really anyway, it was, what was the song? I don't want to done it. Somebody else.
Oh, that's a great song.
That's a great song. I think they have another one that was.
They've got a lot of really good. Like they're a singles.
They're a
band.
good
They've got
band.
a lot of really good songs.
Flamingo said somebody wise.
I think he meant Alice and it corrected. Oh, Love It If We Made It.
Yeah,
I don't
Somebody
like
Else,
it that
yeah,
much. I don't like it as much as somebody else. Love It If We Made
is a
It.
great song.
But Somebody Else, I love that song.
Somebody, yeah.
Yeah, they have a very unique sound. Very British.
They definitely
Yeah.
have a unique sound.
Yeah, I like them. They're good.
Bam donated another $2.
Oh my
He
God.
said Cal stripper name? Wet Feeling.
That is repulsive. Jesus Christ.
Would you? Okay, honestly, your significant other asks you and says, "Hey, for my birthday, I want you to strip for me." Do you do it?
Yeah, of course. What kind of
No.
question is that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Now, it turns.
All right, hold
There
on.
we go.
Next dono.
Now, I'm interested to see what this question is.
Yeah, we're gonna do that off stream.
Darren Johnson II donated $2. He said you should learn a TV-sized Yugioh opening and sing it.
We tried to do an English cover of
Yeah,
Writing
oh, it's
Life.
funny that you say that. We didn't get very
tried.
far. Yeah, just because there was a few limitations.
I did
Yeah,
some.
one of them was my singing ability.
You know, in all honesty,
Self-burn.
you know,
Quote-unquote limitation.
I did some. We translated some of the lyrics, and you know.
he did a really good job. In all honesty, I think we could have worked around. I think we could have like workshopped you singing to like actually get you to do it.
Yeah.
But we didn't have any drums.
That
Like,
was the problem.
Yeah, that was a huge issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I tried programming it, nightmare, total nightmare. So, but if we ever find a way to do it,
I still remember those lyrics. My whole life has been one.
I don't want to interrupt your beautiful singing.
Sure.
Kate asked, "Will you?"
Yeah, that's all. That's next dono.
Oh. I think she deserves it.
I think she deserves an answer.
Well, I only answer.
Wow, that's
Maybe-
gonna sound fucked up. Don't
You'll
say
answer
that.
what?
Don't say it.
Next dono.
No, this is one he should finish.
No.
No, I'm tired. I'm exhausted.
Bam donated $2 and said the group stripping name is Wet Dreams Everything.
Wow.
Dude.
Wow. Honestly, I like that.
How many of you asked?
Anyone?
How many what? Drinks, women, strippers,
What dreams?
names, wet dreams?
Emissions. Yeah.
Oh. Oof.
Honestly, man, I have no idea.
A
I never
lot, dude.
counted.
Have you had one?
Have you not?
I've never.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you mean like?
Yes. There's only one.
Goose donated $2 and said Pete is the MC in Mario Odyssey with his hat spins. So you guys will get that more than me. 'cause
Oh
it's
yeah.
really- I don't
Mario
know
Odyssey. Yeah. Mario Odyssey was a great game, dude. Mario.
Legendary.
Flamingo donated $5 and said they dip in every genre and that's why I love them. Also check out "Give Yourself a Try" by them, Dylan, and let me know what you think.
Give Yourself a Try. It's a 6.
There's a great song. It's "Hemorrhage in My Hands" by Fuel, and I think it came out a couple of years ago. Like alternative rock. If I play the chorus, you'll know it.
I know it. I know Fuel.
Great song,
Yeah,
right?
It's a good song.
Yeah.
But it had nothing to do with what Flamingo said about love. Give Yourself a Try. But
Give yourself a try. I'll write it down. I'm gonna listen to it later.
it is a great song. Actually, that is one of my favorites on the last record.
We got a new hashtag trending. Right
There
now.
is a trending hashtag that also goes along with this donation of BAM $2. Hashtag Give Kate Answers. Still, they're donating you money. You better give an answer right now.
Next dono?
No, that's it.
That's
So you
the-
better answer.
Oh, the donations are over.
No.
No, another one.
Oh, Darren Johnson meant in Japanese. Okay, we can do that.
Oh, go for it.
Actually, Go Forward was another song that I translated the
Go
lyrics
for
for.
it.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
don't want us to translate. You want us to learn the Japanese. That would be tough. I'm just singing random. I don't know what I'm That
singing.
was.
Are you gonna answer the question though?
What's the question?
I would
Give Kate
try it.
answers.
What do you?
So that about wraps it up. Thank you guys so much for watching Talking Yu-Gi-Oh! Into the VRAINS. Top 5 What was the
Oh my god.
Top 5
Top 5 duels we wish we
Dude,
saw.
it's been that long. We haven't talked about it in like 6 hours.
Top 5 duels we wish we saw, which was the first 45 minutes of the
Good
stream.
thing I ended up coming because like I would have missed out on like an hour and a half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of just
At
messing
least.
around.
Yep.
You guys were amazing as always. Thank you so much for the
2.5
donations. I genuinely cannot tell you how much it helps me out, and like, it prevents me from having to get like a full-time 40-hour a week. And knowing me, I'd probably take on like a part-time job to go along with that. And it really lets me continue to do all of this and continue to do YouTube. And I will be strong into Yu-Gi-Oh! 7 thanks to you guys. You guys are like the wind beneath my wings. So thank you so
Wow.
much.
You can't end yet. There's another.
Bam
thing.
donated $2 and said, "Dylan, what's your thoughts on giving Kate answers?"
Well, now it's I have to answer it
You
now.
have to answer
There's
it.
no loophole anymore.
There's another hashtag give Kate answers.
Yeah, Rex
So,
can't-
All right.
Support that.
Bam and Rex.
I mean, it's a yes or no question.
No, I mean, yeah, you know, I don't believe it's a question that she would ever ask.
She did ask.
Genuinely.
She said, "Will you?"
Genuinely.
She said, "Will you?"
For the meme.
Will you?
Genuinely.
I'm asking you, will you?
Why? So you're
For
not?
you?
No.
Yes.
Are you
Oh.
saying you're not willing to do?
I didn't say that.
Creative things to keep your relationship spicy.
Oh, absolutely. No, that's not what I said. I'm saying I don't think she would ever ask me to do that.
But if she did,
I don't think there'd be any benefit she would get except from a comedic perspective.
well, hypothetically, she asks you.
Bam and Rex, to answer your questions, thank you for the donations. The answer is yes, I would.
There you go.
Woo! Yeah.
That's it. We get. It was a long
Wait,
process.
wait, real quick,
Hashtag
before we
he
get-
gave Kate answers.
Before we finish,
Nick's
Soul
got a
Exchange.
shout out his band camp.
no, close though. Soul Exchange Music, our friend David Lewis, asked me if there's gonna be any features on the new record. No, there's not. It's my solo songs, but
David Lewis is going to review your record.
Wow, you didn't
that'd
see
be
that
so
coming.
sick. Wait, I will send you a promo copy before it's out, when it's done. And for the record, because I have one more session 2 weeks from Tuesday, I'm predicting like before the end of the year. So keep your eyes peeled, everyone, and keep an eye on your inbox. Soul Exchange.
All right, you guys. Love you all. This has been our kind of a
No, I'm just saying.
2-for-1. Our top 5 duels we wish we saw. If you want to see my top 10, link down below. And kind of an After Dark
It
podcast.
kind of became an
Kind of
afterthought.
is.
Got off the rails. Again, what I said before, I mean so much. Thank you for all the donations, channel members, Patreon. It means the world.
Yeah.
And just to be here and chat.
Yeah,
It,
absolutely.
it's amazing. Or if you're just silently watching, I love you just as much. Thank you guys so much. Cal, Nick T, Pete, love you guys.
Always
Thank
love
you.
you.
Anything
Yeah,
to
love
say?
you, man.
I think I already said my piece.
Yeah, I run Channel Clueless Gamers.
Oh yeah.
Doing stuff over there very soon.
Star Wars.
Yes, Star Wars will be coming up and a few other things. Yeah, so check that out. Legacy reviews coming probably this week on Dylan's channel that I'll be reviewing. So if that for some reason interests you, check that out. And my friend Andrew is here.
Oh, sick.
My friend Andrew and Mike run a company called All Gains Apparel. So they basically sell merchandise of clothing and promote healthy lifestyles and have a YouTube channel also by All Gains Apparel. And they just kind of give health advice, diets, all that stuff. So if
Okay.
you're interested in that, check that out.
Hell yeah.
And I'll figure out how to send the running.
Yeah,
thing
send that
on
to me.
Discord.
Axel the Road. Let's read this all together because we all speak Spanish. We all speak that.
I got this. Love you guys. Feliz Dia de los Muertos.
Does that mean Happy Day of the Dead?
Yes, that's exactly.
Today's
what
Day
it
of the Dead?
is. It is.
I'm
So
I'm-
6
Now, if
years
you-
ago today, I got broken up with.
Bow.
Well, actually,
Bow.
no. Well,
You don't remember from the Telltale game? In season 3 of The Walking Dead? They always called the walkers Los Muertos.
That's why that's how I know
The
it.
dead.
Yeah.
All right, love you guys. Bam, love you too. Thank you for that late
Damn,
donation.
Caliber is wet here.
Have a good night, everyone. We will see you next time. Peace out.
Bye, everyone.